we go. I will start recording now. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Night Wolfcast. This is episode number 30 for the date of May 15th, 2017. As always, my name is Wolfie, and today I'm joined by my friends Zeromus3.
What's up?
And Sinist.
Hi.
So, we had weeks before we get into the gaming news like we always do. Oh, by the way, I want to say to all the listeners out there, once again, this is the final reminder, I'll put this out there, that the description now has links and also has timestamps. So if you want to know when we talk about a specific subject, please check the description for the links down there. Because that's been a highly requested thing. I just thought I'd get that out the way. But that's the last time I'm going to bring it up, just in case there's any first-timers listening to the Monday Night Wolfcast for the first time. And you started with number 30. So who wants to get into what they've been doing since the last podcast? I will. I was gonna say. I usually.
Hello here. From now on, you just decide every time.
Me decide.
That way, we don't try to talk over each other.
No, well, that's the thing. I'll ask, and then I'll give like a second or two, and if no one says a second or two, I'll usually just volunteer myself.
No, just ask someone or start.
Okay, should I flip? Okay, how about I flip a coin? How about that?
How about we just go in order?
Coins aren't three-sided.
If it lands on the side, then it's you. If it lands on heads, it's me. If it lands on tails, it's
All right, well, go for it.
All right.
Flip that coin.
I'm flipping the coin.
Just do it in order.
No, he's flipping the coin.
What's the order? In order of our introductions?
Just flip the coin.
All right, flipping it. Scoots, you go first.
All right. The first thing I did was pretty much watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Woo!
Whoa. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm sorry.
But yes,
Getting hype.
it's a great movie.
It's a damn good movie.
But unfortunately, I can't talk about it right now. And so we reached the Spoilercast.
We have one of those tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's actually, this is the thing I want to bring up. This is actually a first time for the Monday Night Wolfcast. We brought a fourth guest on to do the Spoilercast with us. We'll go into that later.
Indeed. Yes, we will definitely go into that later.
So,
but besides,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, besides that, I also played Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2 plus.
And how did you like it?
It's Phantasy Star Online.
You're playing the GameCube one, yeah?
Yes.
How does that hold up? Like the controls and all that stuff?
Controls are fine.
It's okay using like the GameCube controller and all that?
Yeah.
It actually kind of works well with PSO.
I remember it running fine, but that was so long ago.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is controlling the camera. But
yeah.
There wasn't really any form of controlling the camera back in the Dreamcast, GameCube, and I guess the PC days of that game.
Yeah, the only other version of Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 are the original GameCube version, not Episode 1 and 2 Plus, but the Xbox version, which you can no longer play offline unless you are able to somehow connect to Xbox Live. I don't even know if you can do that on the original Xbox console anymore, can you?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I wasn't aware that the Phantasy Star Online was on there.
Yeah, it was on original Xbox, and the only way you could play offline like the GameCube version was you had to connect to Xbox Live. So, yeah.
Silly move on their part.
I think it was, I don't know if that was a Microsoft thing, like, you have to make them connect online to show them that online is supported, and blah, 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 because it doesn't seem like something they would do.
I mean, yeah, there are plenty of games that ran online or off.
Yes.
Basically everything.
I don't know what the reasoning for the decision on that was, but yeah.
But yeah, I was playing that. Looks like crap on a TV, but you know what? I'm fine with it.
Well, it is in a GameCube game.
That, and I don't have the component cable, so like it'll never look that great.
Not only that, it's a port of a Dreamcast game.
Yes, that's true.
And you've played the PC version, so you know what it looks like high res.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Obviously, the textures aren't going to be any better, but less jaggies and stuff.
There are no jaggies in this game. This is not Monster Hunter.
Well, technically, there are Jaggies, but we're not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
And I also played Bloodborne, the DLC. And guess what? I'm still getting owned by Street Sharks.
You still haven't gotten the double-bladed thing?
I killed one of the Street Sharks. The other one was all like, "Hey, what up, buddy?" And it destroys me. I die in 2 hits, so everything kills me in 2 hits.
What kind of build do you have in that game?
It's more or less a strength build.
Oh yeah, then again, Bloodborne isn't really like Dark Souls where it's like more defense-oriented height.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
like-
it's a mixture between strength and what was it called? Was it Faith? No, Arcane. It's mostly those two.
I love Bloodborne.
And those Street Sharks, surprisingly, are like immune to everything.
They are Street Sharks.
They
I'm
don't
I'm
care.
legitimately curious to see what these enemies look like, because you guys have been describing these guys as street sharks for a while.
Like quite literally are Street Sharks with a giant anchor, and they beat you up.
That's
They have a
amazing.
and they have a giant attack radius, so like you have to roll. You have to actually time your rolls, which I fail at doing and die.
I googled Bloodborne Street Shark and they appear.
That's cool. That's good. That means someone thought of the same exact idea or naming convention for them.
And I love this. I love the description of them. Like they're like, yeah, you probably should not be fighting them up close because they will kill you horribly. And I'm all like, oh, now they tell me, oh, because I'm dying a lot.
I
But it
mean,
happens.
street sharks are no
I
joke.
mean, I killed one of them, and then I got really close to the second one, killing that one, the one that matters the most. Because the one that's hanging from the ceiling is the one that actually has the item. That and I was fighting Lawrence. You remember Lawrence, Burt?
Yeah.
I die in 1 hit.
That's the one that crawls around on the floor, right?
Yeah, when you beat him, and then he splits in half.
Yeah,
Then-
that was pretty
and
rough.
His blood becomes lava. Dumb.
Wait, he's the floor is now lava guy?
Well, he drags himself along the floor and his blood trails lava.
Oh my god, he's a Binding of Isaac villain.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And that's where Mr. Starcraft's at right now, too. He was all like, I need your help. I'll fight Lawrence. I'm like, you don't say. I died in 1 hit to him. And then he just starts laughing. I'm like, yeah, that's me. New game +3. Actually, it's 4 now, but whatever. And I also played the Mario Bart 8 Deluxe Special.
Ooh, you did. And you did it with me.
Yes. On a stream.
On a stream. I think the archive's still up somewhere.
I'm still cursed.
Are you? Because... No, wait, we played it. It was you, me, and a couple of viewers, actually.
And I've also played the game with Brian.
Yeah, that's true.
And he also wants to play that game with us too, just to let you know.
Wasn't he with
give you
us on the
heads up.
stream?
No,
Oh.
he was asleep at the
Ah.
time. He wanted to join, but like couldn't because of sleeping.
The spirit was willing, but the body was spongy, bruised.
Yes. But besides all of that, I also played some Street Fighter V. Speaking of Street Fighter V, it looks like something happened to you, Justin.
I don't know what you mean. Wait, what? What do you mean?
I don't know. Look at your week. Look at that very last thing that's on there. Something about getting bodied in Street Fighter V, even though I got bodied in Street Fighter V.
No, it's fine. I can, unlike these two, I'm very humbled, and I can admit when I lose. Fair and square. I lose.
You can whenever it's being recorded.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Nothing.
Oh, wait. Are you serious? Wait a minute.
What?
Wait. You You stated when it's recorded.
Wait, what?
Did you say when it's recorded?
I said, yeah, that's when you're humble.
Oh, I've never not been humble. Never once.
Uh-huh.
Except that one time I destroyed you both in Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's like I ran a train on these two.
I almost won.
Almost counts in horseshoes and grenades, or whatever that saying goes. I never got that saying at all.
That's fine. Go into your week, Justin.
So starting with what I did, I got bodied in Street Fighter V. I can't begin to describe how bodied I got in that game, how destroyed I was in Street Fighter V. Just utterly and completely destroyed. You guys like that? That doing anything for you guys?
Stop stealing my words. Copyright.
Either way, besides that, I also played a little more Persona 5. Unlike someone I know, I'm still slowly picking away at it. Kind of like when you throw a piece of bread to a bunch of birds and they start pecking at it.
Thanks. Thanks for, like, making me feel like crap. But I think you were referencing Burt, where he beat it in a week.
No, wait.
It was more than a week.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't talking about. I was talking about Burt, like, guy.
I know, but then Scoots took it as...
I know.
You're
We'll go in my
attacking
corner.
him.
I like.
See what you did to Scoots?
My words were directed at you, Burt. He got caught in the crossfire.
You weren't.
He got caught up in it.
Enough.
He got caught up in it.
I mean, I played a little bit of Persona 5, but not that much.
No, at this,
Through like a day.
I was gonna say at this point,
Hey.
I'm farther than he is, so the insult can't be directed at him. I'm way farther than he is now.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying it?
Besides the few minor points that I spoke to you about off the podcast, which I don't know if they go spoiler territory, but I'd rather not talk about it in case people are still whittling away at the game like me. But yeah, I'm liking it a lot so far. Still, it's ramping up. It's getting there, and yeah, good RPG. It's the only RPG I'm gonna be playing this year, and I stand by what I say. It's probably gonna be.
We made a promise earlier.
No, we didn't. Did we?
Yeah.
Did we blood oath it? Did we pinky promise?
Did you blood pack it?
We both have our pinkies still.
Yeah, it's true. Until we cut off our pinkies and send it to each other. Technically, doesn't count.
End of June, we'll see.
Okay.
Oh god, you guys are sending pinkies and sending it to each other?
Yep.
So does that mean that Burt has your pinky, and so like he has like a white hand, but then like a black pinky, like so to his actual finger?
By the time the pinky gets to him, it'd be long dead. He would not be able to reattach it. It'd just be a.
That doesn't stop. That would not stop him from doing that.
It's like, it's so withered and deformed and gross. Like, why would you?
Just keep it in ice.
Yeah, put it in milk.
Uh,
I don't think fingers operate like that, Burt.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Okay, Burt. Let me.
and he probably stapled it to his, the remaining thing that was cut off.
Like,
He just,
poorly stitching it on and then doing like the staple gun thing. Like,
so it's okay.
it moves. There's joints in it.
It's not like you need that finger anyways.
Pinky is weak. But what was I about to say about Persona? Oh, let me rephrase that then, Burt. How's this sound? It's the only RPG I'll play this year and enjoy.
That might be more truthful.
Okay. As long as I can say that, it's fine. So, for those that aren't keeping up, but what we're referencing is that Burt has made me, and I'm gonna say he made me agree.
Oh, you're going to officially state it, huh?
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
That means you have to do it.
If I state it, I do, but let me think about it. Let me go into what I.
Does it mean that you're gonna play Phantasy Star again?
He did say it would. I mean, he'd probably enjoy that.
I
Right?
would enjoy Phantasy Star.
So it can't be that.
It can't be that game.
It has to be Phantasy Star 1.
I like that game. I'm just not playing it again.
I've tried to get him to play it.
It's not gonna work.
So am I.
Moved on to other things, and those are much closer to happening.
I was gonna say, at this point, everyone should just give up on ever seeing me play Phantasy Star Original.
You're talking about Shining Force 3. Am I right, Burt?
No,
You want him to play that. You want him to finish it.
I do. But that comes later.
It comes later. It's something that we've talked about for a long time. Let me just go. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just gonna say what it is, so Scoots knows. It starts with a V, Scoots.
Binding of Isaac?
A V, not a B.
Oh, V. What the fuck starts with a V?
Venus. I'm playing the Val Venus RPG wrestler game. Valkyria Revolution.
Yeah.
So that's out there now. I'm not.
I don't know how I feel.
Exactly. But here's the thing: if and this is a big if I did intend to play that game, Valkyria Revolution, I'm not doing it alone. I'm taking him with me.
Yeah.
I've agreed to it.
He did agree to it, so yeah. Look to all the listeners and viewers on the channel. Look forward to it. I say tentatively and very nervously, like doing my caller, like, ooh.
I'm so excited right now. Maybe I will do it.
Everyone should do it. Yeah,
Everyone should do it.
I mean, Burt is playing it by himself, but he's gonna be there along for the ride when I do the recording. Oh, that's gonna be a mess. But
you agreed to finish it, yeah?
You're actually getting it, Burt?
I never said that.
That game's gonna be amazing when you talk about it.
Oh
Of
my
course.
God! Every time with the podcast, it's like my breeding season joke. It won't go away.
You brought it up. I wasn't gonna say a thing.
No, you did, because I was like, "This is the."
breeding season.
I guess kind of.
Yes, you did. I was like, "This is the only RPG I'm gonna play and like," and you were like, "You couldn't let me have it, Burt." Oh, I feel sick again. You know what else does?
So you're renting then, aren't you?
We'll see. Maybe I'll just watch Justin play it, so I don't have to.
You know, you're renting it, and if you know what, buy it. You're gonna give me this.
They do have that sweet limited edition.
You're gonna give me so much shit for that.
You gotta hold that leverage over him, just like how I hold leverage over you with this Morgana plush.
It's true.
Yeah.
Even though you want Justin's more than mine.
I mean, mine is in pristine condition. It's never left its box in RV.
Mine's technically never left its box, so take that. And it's still in the plastic packaging.
It's never even seen the light of day, mine.
Well, I mean, it might have before it got put in there.
Oh fuck, you're right.
It wasn't always in that box.
Maybe it was bred in the darkness.
It was born there.
It was born in the You see, Burt, you merely adopted the darkness. Morgana was born in exactly. He beat me to it. But
it's molded by it.
Molded by it. So I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Good movie. Fun times. Really, really liked it. It was so good I actually went to see it a second time, and I brought family to see it.
Did they enjoy it as much as you?
No.
Oh.
My mom does not like superhero stuff at all. She thinks they're all dumb. Like you, Burt.
I can agree with that.
She's like, this is stupid shit. Like, my sister likes it. So...
That was...
Okay.
Did
My
you
mom's
get...
the same way, too.
I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring the Switch at that point?
Wait, you talking about the second
With the
time?
family trip. The family trip.
Yeah.
Did you have snipper clips?
No.
Okay.
I did not have snipper clips. No.
You and the snipper clips.
I played Puyo Tetris when we were in the theater.
Oh.
The first time though.
That's my soul.
Yeah. But either way. Yeah, it's like she's like you. She's like superheroes are dumb. She only knows based on what she's seen. She's like, this is a movie about a raccoon in a tree. This is dumb.
I mean, she's not wrong.
No, but it's what the best part about these Marvel movies are, Burt? As dumb as they may be, they're fun. And that's
As long as your mom's not like that old lady that just like after the movie, just like I just wasted all of my money on this piece of shit.
no.
I've actually seen someone like that.
Oh yeah, there's always gonna be people like that.
And then everyone looks at this lady like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
No, my sister liked it. My mom not so much. She doesn't like these things anyway. But yeah.
It's really funny.
But that was pretty much my Guardians of the Galaxy story. I think there was something else that happened, but I can't remember.
What's that?
Something about Isaac?
No, nothing involving Isaac. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it about Mario Kart? Because I know you did stream it.
That is true. Yeah, we did stream. Okay, so that was another thing I did. I streamed Mario Kart very briefly, but we got to play it with Scoots and a bunch of viewers. To all the viewers that played with us, thank you. That was a lot of fun.
When's the next stream?
Beep.
I mean, you do have like set days off now,
I do.
so you could, use those days.
I could use those days, but if I do, I'd have to go straight to bed, you see. Because I'd be so tired. I'd be so monumentally exhausted after streaming.
Not if you got a massage afterwards.
You're not wrong, Burt.
Unless you go home and then go straight to sleep, then wake up. Unless you're like me.
No, you don't understand. The streaming is such a monumental task that it takes both afternoon and evening.
Uh-huh.
Suffice to say, don't look forward to any future streams, ever. But it was fun.
Wow. All right. Show how much you care.
I'm not a
How much
streamer.
fun you had.
I'm not a streamer.
You used to be.
I used to be. When I was young and dumb. I had a lot of free time.
I would love to say something, but I'm not.
No, say it.
No, Bert, you say it.
Say it.
I don't know what he wanted to say, so I can't.
He said that he was young and dumb. And then
Oh, well, that goes
were
without saying.
Yeah.
Oh. See how my co-hosts turn on me so quick.
When have we ever been on your side?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's basically me against these guys, the podcast. Speaking of
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Speaking of those guys, Bert, how was your week?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Irrelevant.
Oh. Well, all right then.
It sounds to me like you played a game on your PS4.
I did.
A video game called Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
But
I
it's
did.
irrelevant.
Bert.
But then Scoots is saying it's irrelevant.
Well,
Who'd you use in that game?
What'd you say?
Who'd you use in that game?
I honestly can't remember half their names.
Did you use Angelo?
I don't have them yet. I'm only about like 3-ish hours in.
Why? You've had that game for a while.
Just because that's how far I've gotten.
Bert,
Use Jessica.
Jeez.
you beat a 120-hour game in less than a week. I think you could easily stomach this game in less than a day.
Bert.
What happened?
At least. Bert,
I don't have her yet either.
At least you don't even have Jessica Albert?
Nope.
Albert? Yeah, whatever.
You have a hard time saying my name now?
It's hard.
It's just, it's spelled differently than your name.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Tell us about Dragon
Sequel.
Quest Heroes 2.
It's a sequel to Dragon Quest Heroes 1. They didn't know that.
Is this better than Dragon Quest Heroes 1?
It is. They went with a more open world style.
Like the new
That's-
game coming out soon. We'll talk about
Let me
that.
Kind
ask
of.
you. Okay, do all the characters from the first game show up in this one?
They, at least not that I've seen so far. There's some characters that are reused, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna directly tie to the first game. Because some of the characters that were in that don't make mention of like any of the events from that game.
Let's see.
So it feels more standalone. Basically, it's
It's so that you can play Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and then also 2 separately.
yeah. Like they get pulled in from some other world into this one. That's why there's Dragon Quest characters from the whole series in this.
Oh.
along with some new characters, like the main characters basically that you start with. But yeah, they went more open world instead of like choose mission based. Like you actually roam around the world and just kill stuff if you want, like a regular RPG or Dragon Quest in general.
Go on.
Maybe
And
that's what they're doing with a different set of games. The way we're going to talk about later. But go ahead.
But it feels more like RPG like than the original, even though they took a lot of good elements from Dragon Quest in that one also. But like the gameplay, it's a Warriors game. If you like those or not. There's not much that's going to change your mind with this. It's still square, triangle stuff.
What if you don't like those Dynasty Warrior games, but you like Dragon Quest?
A lot of people felt that went through that with like the new Zelda Warriors, right? Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well that went. I don't think...
It splits off 50-50, really.
I think they took to it relatively well.
It's well made, but if you don't like a simple action game, you're not going to enjoy yourself. And if you enjoy Dragon Quest in general, you'd probably get more out of it than if you were just like a Warriors fan. I don't know. There's a lot of it feels very Dragon Quest. It's like how I put that, it's just like the theme and everything around it. It just feels very Dragon Quest.
Let me ask you 2 questions then.
Go for it.
Where do you fall on the Dragon Quest Warrior liking scale on both of those accounts, and do you recommend this game?
Are you asking if I like Dragon Warrior in general?
Or if you like Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior and the Dynasty Warriors, how much you like both of those series separately, and would you recommend this game?
I really like the Dynasty Warriors games. So, I'll play most of them, but if I don't have any connection, like the Pirate Warriors, what is that series? One Piece?
Yeah, One Piece. Yeah.
I have no interest in One Piece, so I don't even play those.
Those games look good too, but go on.
So, yeah, I think the theme has to be there for me also, if it's not just like a regular Warriors game, like Samurai Warriors or Dynasty Warriors. But for Dragon Quest, I haven't played too many of those. I've played 8 and 9.
Yep.
8 was the Cursed King one, right, Scoots? The one that just got remade? Maybe.
We'll take that as a yes.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, I played that on the PS2. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was 8, though. And 9 was a DS game. But yeah, I like Dragon Quest, at least the ones I've played. So I like them both. So I would recommend this game in that case. If you hate Warriors games, don't play it. If you like Dragon Quest, maybe play it.
There you go. That's good.
I will say one more thing they added is a class changing system. So like Dragon Quest 9, maybe this is another one also, you can change your character's classes. So you can use whatever weapon you want type of thing, get new skills and stuff. So that seems pretty cool so far. That's
cool, I guess. I'm not really familiar with the whole Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior series, so...
I'm not real keen on, I don't know much about the older ones. I just know 8, which was very story-driven. You only had, one class, I'm pretty sure, the whole way. And then 9 was, you get to pick... You make your whole team, and then you choose their classes and stuff. So
they kind of changed it up on the 3DS version.
Yeah, it seemed much different.
Strange.
Yeah, I like it. Oh. If you like Dragon Quest, play it. But you probably maybe played the first one. I will say it's better than that. Just the way it's designed, the open world part of it, the class changing system. It seems just like a better version of that game.
Sorry, I'm tripping on my words here. Is Dragon Quest Heroes based off of the Hyrule Warriors one? Like that engine? Same style?
I mean, all Warriors games are that style. So it's hard to say. I haven't played the Hyrule Warriors game. But I mean, I would assume they're basically all the same engine.
You didn't play Hyrule Warriors?
No. When it came out, I didn't have access to a Wii U.
You have a Wii U now, though.
I do.
You like Zelda.
I haven't gone back and played it.
Oh. You should do that next time you are in a slump.
When that game came out, on the 3DS, which was all I had. Like, it was a very bad port.
Yes, it was.
Unless you even
That was
like
pretty bad.
the new 3DS, it was better, obviously, but it didn't seem like the way I wanted to play it.
Okay.
I think I was hoping for a like complete edition on the Wii U. I don't know because they did have all that DLC.
Yeah, well, wait for the Switch version. I'm sure they're gonna port it to Switch.
Well, that'll be Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're not wrong on that. You're right.
Would you try a Warriors game that was based on something you liked?
Me?
Like Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, would you give that a shot?
Oh yeah.
Since you like Fire Emblem now?
Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean, I'm not against the Warriors series in general. It's just something I never thought to play. Like
I think I made you play one, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd played like one or two on one on the original Xbox. I don't remember which number it was. I was like, oh, this is fun. It's just I never really sought them out. But then you were like, we should play that. I was like, oh yeah, I played one of these a long time ago. I'm not against them. Like if it was something I like for God's, if they made like, I don't know, Shining Warriors on the old Shining Force games, I'd be hella into it. So yeah.
So you're like okay with spin-offs that are completely different style games?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't have a problem with any of that. I mean, I'm the guy that was like, you know what, guys, I think they're onto something with this Persona 4 Dancing All Night thing. I think they're onto something. This could be good. Just give it a shot.
That game worked in a way it probably shouldn't have.
I hear mixed things on it.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm only interested in the music part.
Yeah.
But the game already had great music to begin with, so it worked that way.
You were more interested in the remixes than the actual game itself.
Yeah, like, I have no idea if people were receptive of the story or not.
I wasn't even aware there was a story. I thought it was just, fuck it, it's a spin-off. They're dancing all night. Let's go. What more reason do you need to dance?
They dance to kill shadows.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Oh, okay. Hold tight here. I'm gonna hit the pause button. But yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the gaming news. Our first story is the Platinum Game Gods have answered Scoots and Burt's plea. Vanquish is releasing on PC May 25th.
Well, we had the update last week, right, where they put the JPEG in?
Yep, we talked about that mysterious JPEG.
So, I mean, this was just waiting for it to be announced at this point.
Pretty much. Here's the thing. They're not very good at teasing things. As much as they are outright telling you what it is.
Yeah, it's either that or they're like really good at it.
That's
just because you already know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no countdown clocks or anything that are obscure.
Just for reference, let me ask both of you then. Which do you prefer as far as teasers are concerned? Do you prefer the sneak and release method of like no one knows anything, even to the point where the internet knows nothing, and all of a sudden, boom, the game is out, you can now play it, that sort of release? Or do you prefer the teaser of like a teaser of a teaser of a teaser, and they keep getting teased and, vague imagery, like a picture of a foot, and the next one is like a picture of a countdown clock or something. And then the other one, which is everything gets leaked, everything that's coming out, and they just got to announce it. Which of the three do you prefer?
Well, I mean, it depends on if the game is part of a series or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's a brand new game, they obviously have to do some sort of advertising.
Right.
Or else the game's just going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the teasing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to announce something, like, announce it and show the details.
Right.
Or have a trailer.
I hate when they just show off a foot or something. I hate
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is dumb. Unless it's, like, revealed soon after,
Yeah.
Like, if you have to wait a week or a month, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. I'm in that same boat of, like, I hate being teased. I don't like it. Don't tease me. Don't dangle an image in front of my face and say, "Ooh, look at this. It's a mysterious dragon. It could be anything with a dragon in it. It could be Dragon Tales." I don't know. It's just like,
But I think companies, like, if they need to announce something, they'll be like, hey, trailer coming out on Thursday. Like, that kind of thing's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There is something I despise the most, and that is teasers for teasers. Countdowns for countdowns. And that just, I think that may just be a Japanese thing. You know how they'll open a website with like a vague URL of like, I don't know, mysterygame.jp. And you're like, huh. And it's got a globe on it. And there's a little counter clicker thing going down. You're like, this is going to be interesting. And then it's like, we are announcing a teaser on this date. Okay, great. And then the teaser comes. It's like, cell phone game. I'm like, great. To me, that works negatively, but I guess that does give people... I guess in the same thing you said earlier, Burt, that it does give people to talk about it. I wonder what this game is.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks when it turns out to be something like that, though. It just murders me inside. I'm like, mobile.
What game was it that we were talking about?
That did that?
No, where like they release it and it's basically no advertising. It's just out to die. It was something Sega related.
Sega does that all the time.
Yeah, like that kind of thing is not great.
It's not great
They
for the
should have done
game.
some kind of
but
PR of some sort.
Yeah, they did that with House of the Dead 2 years ago during Halloween. Typing of the Dead. And I think they... Didn't they do that with... No, they didn't do that with Bayonetta, did they? It was Valkyria Chronicles. I think that just came out... It just came out of nowhere.
The first time I ever heard of it was a review on, I think, like GameSpot or something.
Yeah, it was just like one day it was just there. Usually at the end
I think I saw the art style and like the gameplay. I was like, yep, ordering that.
Like, it's always at the end of the year, like October, November, December. Sega's just like, put this out on on Steam. Just put it out there.
Those are expensive. Like, what's the word? Like
Games
to run ads, like ad season.
Oh.
Ads are expensive then.
Yeah. I guess it's just, this one is just like, I mean, everyone knew. You're really not fooling anybody. I guess they were just like, whatever, free advertising. Let's just get our message out there. People will buy it. It's fine.
But at the same time, it's something super popular. Like imagine Half-Life 3. If they just put that on Steam, they don't need to put any advertisements.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that might even make the game sell more.
Yeah, just because how viral it would get. This game just showed up out of nowhere, and everybody's trying to report on it. Everybody's doing videos and stuff on it. That would cause mad crazy hype stirs.
Yeah, so they don't need to do teasers and stuff for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but for stuff like this, I agree. But yeah, Vanquish coming out soon. I will not be double dipping on that, sadly. I suck too much of the game to play it or buy it.
I will play it.
I will say it's not obviously linked or locked to 30 frames anymore, so.
It's not?
They said it's unlocked, so it might even go up to like 120 and stuff for people with monitors.
Oh my
Jesus.
Oh.
It depends on what they mean by unlocked.
Yeah.
A lot of Japanese companies mean, hey, it's locked at 60 after that.
Hey, still better than 30.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
The trailer they put out looks smooth, so that's pretty cool.
Like, Platinum putting in some work. I can't wait for them to hit Anarchy Reigns next.
Just for you, Burt.
Just for you, Burt.
I mean, it is one of the games they have the rights to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That and Infinite Space. I mean, the only Platinum game Sega has left is Infinite Space, Mad World, and Anarchy Reigns after Vanquish.
Well, I don't know how much, if Nintendo has anything into Wonderful 101.
Oh, that's all them.
That's all Platinum or all Nintendo?
I think that's...
I think
that's like second party, I'll say.
So I'm not sure if Nintendo has any money in that or not.
Not sure either, but I do know they're in Smash, so that means Nintendo has something over it.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the stage music.
Stage music, and I think there's an assist trophy, or there's trophies. I don't know if there's an assist trophy.
Wait, there's stage music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a creative stage music? Or
It's
is it on one of the main stages?
It's on Mario Galaxy stage.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
There's also one on the plane stage too.
Yeah, isn't that the final boss theme?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. So I'm sure Nintendo owns some part of it, if not all of it. It might be a Pokemon Company situation, who knows? But yeah, Vanquish is coming out soon. For those of you that aren't aware of what Vanquish is, hey Scoots, tell everybody what Vanquish is.
kick-ass third-person shooter. It's like over the top and has like explosions and punching robots in the face.
Sure does.
And my favorite, sliding
He
and shooting.
Scoots is a man who loves his slide kicks.
It's more like a slide D, but yeah.
That's true.
That's why I also like Bulletstorm as well. Because that one actually you can slide and then you can hit people in the shins and they fly and then you just shoot them. It's pretty cool. There was also the whip thing where you whip them straight up in the air and then shoot them that way too.
Bert, you ever play Bulletstorm?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
You should. It's pretty good actually.
Looks fun. I just never got around to it.
Wait a minute. Bulletstorm. Is that game that Gearbox was trying to...
Yes.
Holy shit. We inadvertently talked about that. For some reason, the whole time I was thinking, why does that name sound familiar?
Yes, it's the game Gearbox was trying to promote. Then they put Duke Nukem in it.
Yeah, they were trying to do the whole collector's edition, and they did it with that shady company. We talked about it on the last No, was the last podcast or the podcast before that?
It was one of the podcasts.
It was one of the earlier ones. One before this one, I want to say. But yeah. If you are interested in Vanquish, pick it up on May 25th. Our next news story. Bioware Montreal. Is it Montreal? Montreal? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. Being scaled down. Mass Effect series is also on hiatus for now due to the downscaling. However, Mass Effect Andromeda content will be supported by Bioware.
Still be supported. But
Still
yes.
be supported.
They just released a patch a few days ago.
What'd the patch have in it?
I don't know, but it said it's supposed to like help with stability.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, with single and multiplayer. Like when they said Andromeda like content will still be supported, but like I don't like know if it's like DLC or anything like that.
I assume it's the multiplayer stuff.
They did mention just multiplayer though.
I can't imagine they'll do too much single player, if any.
I'm sure it costs too much money for them to go back in and just do that kind of stuff. I don't know how much money. How much money do you think Mass Effect Andromeda made?
But who knows? Unless they've released statements.
Yeah.
I haven't kept up to their earnings.
I know the whole animation thing didn't really help them.
Nope. In fact, that's what that game is known for. Again, that goes back to what I was saying about first impressions are everything. No matter...
The story was all right.
That's what I'm saying.
The story was actually not bad.
No matter what they do at this point, even if they fix it, everyone will always remember it for that initial jank.
And jank it had.
Mm-hmm. So is it decent now? Is it like good now? Is it running? Is it fine? What's the final verdict on this game?
I have no idea. I played the broken version.
Yeah, they're slowly fixing animation issues and stuff. That's all I know. I didn't really get to play much of it.
It's almost a shame that it's, I mean, I can see why it would be on hiatus, but if they're going back and fixing things, hopefully they're learning, like, what not to do.
For future... Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't even think it's the team's fault. I'm 100% sure it's whoever owns BioWare is EA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure EA was like, we gotta get this game out the door. It has to be here for the fiscal year of 2016.
I mean, this game has been delayed multiple times.
Oh.
So who knows if it just had trouble development. I mean, I believe it's a new studio. It's not like the original Mass Effect team that made this anyway.
What happened to the original Mass Effect team?
I mean, most of those people are gone at this point, I believe.
Oh.
I know the main people behind BioWare are both gone, so...
Do you think this team is the one that made Sonic C Chronicles on DS?
I have no idea who made that.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is the music in Mass Effect Andromeda MIDI-like?
It depends on if it's glitching out at the time.
Okay. It may not have been the Sonic C Chronicles team. Just thought I'd ask.
Well, I don't think developers are making the music. Well, maybe they made it for that game.
Oh, I'm sure they did. And it shows.
And you want me to make my own music?
I
That's what it would turn out to
mean,
be?
I'd be happy that you did it. As long as it's
You'd
not,
be happy?
as long as it's not recognizable music like the ones I know, like, cause those are butchers. If it had been original music, it's fine. That
Oh,
would,
were they trying to remix like original Sonic?
yeah, yeah. Burt, you used a good keyword there. Trying to imitate the original songs. Yes. Every song in that game is a remix besides some of the battle themes, and even the battle themes are really bad stuff. But yeah, that was that's BioWare's story right now. Hopefully everybody who on this new team or whatever that got screwed over by EA or whatever happened during this development lands on their feet if anybody did lose their jobs. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next story, which is Parappa, and I don't even know how to say this, so I'm not going to try. Another creator joined forces for Project Rap Rabbit.
Wait, what?
Project Rap Rabbit.
I thought I heard rat for a minute.
Rat Rabbit. No, this is Project Rap, as in 50 Cent Eminem Rabbit.
So it's just a Blood on the Sand sequel?
If only.
I still, you know, the funny thing about that game is I'm still at the very end of that game. It seems to be like a trend with me, you know?
Gotta get that Crystal Skull or whatever.
The Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones with the Crystal Skull.
You know, the funny thing,
kind of
the funny
skull, I
thing,
think.
I actually do have that
Oh.
in that game.
Well, then you won.
End. I'm just at the very end. It hasn't beaten it yet.
Scoots, has there been blood on the sand?
Oh, there's tons of blood.
Then
What about sand? I think it was more like on the walls and on the floor that wasn't sand.
then you've beaten the game.
So this Project Rap Rabbit thing,
Uh-huh. Go on.
is this a good teaser or is it a bad teaser?
This is a good one.
Oh, so they actually show the game? and
No.
stuff? Oh,
But they have a sample of the music. And here's the thing, okay? So before you guys are like, now why is this a good thing? Because, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but I do have some run-ins with the Parappa the Rapper creator and one of his previous creations that I did on this channel once. A small game by the name of...
is it a major game?
or is
it a minor?
It was a minor game that I played. It had majestic marching in it.
It sure did.
Oh, march, march, keep on marching. Hang on, gotta do it right. Keep on marching.
So is it that creator that's doing this?
Yep. Well, it was the Parappa the Rapper creator who did Major Minor's Majestic March.
Yeah. But are they doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you watch the preview of it and you immediately see, oh, they're not going for Richard Scarry meets Cardboard Cutout Town. You'd see that, yeah, okay, this looks fine. Wait till I see some gameplay, but hey, the music sounds good.
Gameplay.
The music sounds good though, from what I heard. The small sample I heard in that preview. So I'm down. Plus, this rabbit reminds me of Usagi Yojimbo. Whatever. The rabbit from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That always shows up in every series. But he's not from Ninja Turtles, he's his own character. Usagi Yojimbo, I think his name is. But whatever. All I'm saying is if this game comes out and it's better than Major Minor's Majestic March, which shouldn't be hard,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
this should be fine. It's already...
Have they announced platforms?
Mm-mm.
Like, is it 3DS game or something?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
But I'm super excited, so...
I don't know of many rhythm games that have done too well lately, at least besides maybe Thumper.
That's the thing. So... I like... Yeah, we just need more rhythm games. I always love rhythm games, hence why I played a lot of games like Space Channel 5, Jammer Lammy, Pump It Up, Exceed. I don't know if that counts as a rhythm game.
That is not.
I mean, you're throwing your body into it. Kinda.
Like Duty Artists.
Elite Beat Agents, that sort of thing. I always play those. I love rhythm games. So I really want to play this. Check it out if you guys want to. Again, the links are in the descriptions. Last time I'm going to say this during this podcast. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I got to say on that. Anybody want to add anything to that?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a rabbit.
All right. Check out my Major Minor Majestic March playthrough.
Yes.
It's a hit.
He'll upload part 2.
There's no part 2. All the footage is gone.
If it gets 5 likes, it's got more than part 2.
It's got more than 5 likes. I can tell you that right now.
Well, there you go.
For some reason, that video is getting more and more views. It's not getting crazy, but it's like it's slowly but surely people are finding it for some reason. I'm getting comments on it and stuff like that now. I'm like, okay.
Has anyone asked when part 2 is coming out?
No, people are mentioning, like, someone said like I wasn't holding the Wiimotes right. Somebody else was like, this game looks like shit. Stop playing it. Like this video's like 3 years old.
There's that one comment. It's like, I'm sorry that you had to play this.
I hit myself in the face with the Wiimote during that damn game. I don't like that game very much. I don't like it. That game, the first thing we're gonna do if we get Doomsday Couch Gaming, I want these two to experience the majestic marching of Major Minor if I ever find that disc again.
Come on over.
Oh boy.
Doomsday Couch might get
destroyed.
Changed. It might get changed.
Oh.
We'll see.
Oh. On to...
I found a couch. I found an awesome couch where I work that, like, it actually transforms into a bed.
So...
Like a bed hidden inside it, and it just folds out into a bed.
So Burt's bed, then.
It's not. I'm sure it's not a futon. It's probably a couch.
It's an actual couch.
What's the difference? Oh, I know what you... Okay, like the ones you find in, like, apartments.
What?
That's probably closer to what he had.
Yeah, the couch that has the fold-out bed inside of it.
Yeah.
They had those in Billiton and stuff like that.
Yes, that's a good example.
Okay, I know what you mean now. I was like, that's Burt's bed. That's Burt's bed. Anyway, on to other things that are amazing and great, and everyone should be excited, especially you two. Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap is getting a physical release run on Limited Run Games.
That means you need to get that.
I'm getting it.
Get down on it.
Yeah, Scoots.
Get down on it.
You can't see it right now, but I'm currently hoisting my pants and doing that dance as I look at this game.
Get down on it.
Oh, Jesus.
Get down on it.
Oh.
Yeah, get it.
It's not available yet. Not yet, but it's coming up. So everybody,
And make sure you get Night Trap too.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. It could be a funny thing, but I might as well get it on Sega CD. I have a Sega CD. I might as well get it on the Sega CD. Get that 140p super condensed real player quality that we all deserve. But yeah, Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap. This is a heads up to everyone who wanted this game physically. Limited Run Games. That's limitedrungames.com. Just find it.
But
no,
only if you have the PS4?
Only for the PS4. I mean, I would have.
I wonder if Nintendo has some kind of thing where I think you can't have a third party make the disc.
No, that can't be true because Puyo Pop Tetris.
No, they.
Oh, you mean like
through official channels?
Okay, I get what you mean.
I don't know if Limited Run would have the rights to that.
Probably not. But then again, why not an Xbox One version?
I was gonna joke around saying they don't have that oil to put on the cartridge.
They don't. The nasty oil.
Did Wonder Boy come out on Xbox?
I was gonna actually ask Scoots that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Wait, what? What did you say?
It was Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap on Xbox One. I could have swore it was only PS4 and Switch.
Yeah.
Yes, as in it's on Xbox One or no?
I believe it is. Hold on, let me check.
While he fact checks us, we'll just go ahead and say yeah. As of now, you're only gonna be able to get it. You can get it digitally on PS4 and Switch, and possibly Xbox One. But
and PC later.
PC later, yeah. It's coming on PC. Burt, will you actually play this if it comes on PC?
I mean, it's not really my style of game, so it'd have to be on sale.
Oh. I mean, would you play it, though? If it was available for you, would you ever play it?
I'd give it a shot.
Okay.
Can't say if I would enjoy it or not.
All right. That's fine as long as you try it.
And it is on here.
Okay, so yeah. Available right now if you guys want to pick it up digitally, but if you want it physically, keep your eye on limitedrungames.com for the upcoming physical release, because as you know, the games come and go, and as the name states, they're going to be limited run, so keep your ears and eyes open. I know I will. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get that for sure. I don't know about the Sega CD thing or the Night Trap thing. Probably just wind up getting it on actual Sega CD. We'll see. But off of good news and going into possibly bad news, depending on who you ask, Square Enix splits with Hitman creators IO Interactive.
Yep, pretty interesting.
Burt, why don't you tell us about the split up?
I don't know what's up with the split up.
I thought you liked Hitman.
I do, but I don't know why they're doing it.
Well, let me tell you, because in 2009, Square Enix took over control of Hitman's developers, IO Interactive. Today, the two companies will part ways.
Yeah, it's very strange. I thought the new Hitman did pretty well. But I could be wrong.
According to this news article that I have pulled up right now, I mean, it's not saying it sold badly. It said Square initially assumed ownership of IO when it bought Eidos Interactive, IO's parent company. But in a statement released today, the Japanese publisher says to maximize player satisfaction as well as market potential going forward, they have, in quotes, regrettably decided to withdraw from the business of IO Interactive, end quote.
So they're keeping Eidos though?
I think.
How does that work? I don't know how any of that
I think as a result of this, the company started discussions with potential new investors and is currently in negotiations to secure this investment. Square's statement adds, whilst there can be no guarantees that the negotiations will be concluded successfully, they are being explored since this is in the best interest of our shareholders, the studio, and the industry as a whole. So, I don't know.
Is Sega looking to buy more companies?
Probably. I mean, right now they're slowly but surely becoming a PC kind of... They're not going to be Blizzard or anything, but they're kind of becoming the biggest Japanese PC developer right now. One of them, anyway. So I don't see why not.
They'd fit in, I think.
Yeah, we could get Hitman in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing transformed.
Oh, God.
Probably... Oh, wow. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy, right?
A tripwire.
Tripwire, fucking...
Piano wire.
And apparently, this studio is also available, rather responsible for Kane and Lynch. And,
sure are.
And the criminally underrated Mini Ninjas.
I have no idea what that is.
Apparently, that's why it's underrated, criminally.
I guess so.
Apparently, that's a really good game. So the Hitman IP is up for grabs. I wonder which company will... I know exactly who's going to go for it immediately. EA and Activision slowly closing in on the Hitman IP as we speak. Like sharks with blood in the water, circling around them.
Being a snake in the grass.
Did it.
Slithering their way and...
Did it.
Oh. Yeah, I guess who knows.
It's a scary time. I hope someone good gets them. I honestly hope... Man, I mean, I guess if Activision EA gets them, at least they'll have jobs. So I won't say I hope they don't get bought by them, but at the same time, I've seen what happens to companies that get bought by them. So, best of luck to you, IO Interactive. We were just talking about Hitman the other night too, weren't we?
Yep.
As a potential game we could play on this channel.
Yep.
So add that to Valkyrie Revolution, possibly. We'll see.
It'll happen, don't worry.
Oh, I'm
one way or another.
Sure it will. We're overdue for something anyway, so we'll see. Speaking of Sega, they had a great physical year thanks to Total War, Persona 5, and Puyo Quest.
Physical?
Physical. Fiscal. Damn it. Fiscal year. My God, am I illiterate tonight? Is that what's happening? Don't answer that. Don't everybody answer at once. So Sega Sammy posted their financial results ending for the date fiscal year of March 31st, 2017. Their profits were huge because of Persona 5 and Total War Warhammer. They should have just called it Total Warhammer. What?
They can't do the licensing.
It just sounds cool, doesn't it? Total Warhammer.
Yeah. They said they're fine with their fans calling it that.
Oh.
But licensing, you can't do that. You can't rip off someone's name like that.
I guess. Wait a minute. Does Sega own Warhammer? They own one of the Warhammers, don't they?
No. I mean, I don't think they own the... Like, Warhammer is super old. I don't know who owns it. I think they just license it.
Well, they bought Relic, who does Company of Heroes, and I thought they did Warhammer or something.
Yeah, I'm talking about... They have the rights to the games, I'm sure.
Oh.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Like, maybe Relic I don't know who owns Warhammer now. You mentioned it.
Yeah, because I was like, because someone has Warhammer 40k, and apparently that's the series everybody wants. I think another company owns that one.
No, 40k is the one that Sega has.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because they do the Dawn of War games, right?
Yeah.
That's 40k.
Oh. Weird. I thought I guess I'm mixed up on something. Who knows?
Some of the Space Marines.
No Zerglings though.
I mean, Warhammer and StarCraft are based off of one another. So
are they really?
StarCraft is really. Yeah, StarCraft. Like all the fantasy stuff is that kind of thing.
Oh, it's like the. Go on.
Yeah, it's like there's Marines, there's the Zerg-like creatures, there's
Oh,
I mean Warhammer was first, I believe. So there's everything just copies like Warhammer and 40k.
Okay, I get it. It's some J.K. Rowling's Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter bullshit going on over here.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Don't worry about it.
I'll agree.
Agree to disagree. Yeah, they revealed sales for Phantasy Star Online 2 remained robust for its 4th anniversary, in Japan and other regions besides America. And
don't hurt me like this.
I'm sorry, I had to bring it up.
Try the best. Or else Sega would be reporting low numbers otherwise.
PSO2 bombed the company, now going under. Atlas being sold off.
To Square Enix.
To Square Enix, where they won't get budgets. And then they'll eventually be sold off because... it is a good game. We should play that again sometime soon. They also...
You just want to play Black Nyack.
I do want to play... Dude, there's never not a good time to not play Black Nyack. But they also posted their smart game, smartphone games, which is Hornstein Saga and Puyo Quest, which had strong sales. And then their packaged games for the year included Total Warhammer, yada yada yada, Persona 5 shipped at least 1.5 million copies worldwide, which is good, actually, not bad. No numbers on Yakuza 0, but that's
not good.
That's not fine. It's not fine. I'm hoping it doesn't discourage them. And I'm hoping Valkyrie Revolution does not do obscene amounts of damage to this really good fiscal year posting quarter.
Well, you can help them by promoting the game.
Shut up, Burt. Why do you do this?
I'll do it. Shit. Valkyrie Revolution.
We at the Monday Night Wolfcast do not support that view. We do. He speaks only for himself. I can't in all good faith sell that game to our listeners. I'm sorry.
Wolfcast sponsored.
Join us when it comes out to decide if you would like to play it yourself.
Join our triple stream for the first time ever. All three of us streaming live. Valkyrie Revolution.
We've done that before.
Hang on.
And then blame us or praise us.
When it's good or bad. Yeah. Okay,
Because I'm ready for you guys. Bring it.
Let me ask you guys. If I agree to do a stream day one of Valkyrie Revolution, it's assuming it doesn't come out the day I have work, and I said I will play it, but only if you two are there with me, would you?
I told you I would do it for your channel.
That's true. You did.
It has to be on a day when I'm not working myself.
That's true.
It would have to be at midnight in that case.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. It's going to be a nightmare situation, that's for sure. Remember, if you guys have any complaints about Valkyrie Revolution because you wound up buying it, go ahead and tell Scoots and Burt at mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com. I'm sure they would love to hear it.
I got my muscles. I'm ready. Let's do this.
You're the one who checks that.
Let's explore this tower together.
Oh, I know. Scoots got the right idea. If he's gonna do it, he's gonna embrace everything that comes with it, good or bad.
Exactly.
He's got the right idea. Me, I'm chickening the fuck out. And moving on to the next story. Oh, what was that?
No, continue on.
Our next news story. EA once again talks about developing on the Nintendo Switch, yet they've yet to show anything.
Yeah, what the hell?
EA, put your money where your mouth is.
They have FIFA coming, don't worry.
Oh, FIFA!
We're gonna have dudes kissing each other or flipping their face into their butt.
Their legs spazzing the fuck out.
And falling into people's junks like it's nothing.
Was that FIFA or was that Konami's soccer game?
They both did something related to that.
It's strange that keeps happening.
They just can't get soccer games right.
I guess so. We'll never get
football.
Football. They'll never get the perfected formula like Sega Soccer Slam or Mario Strikers.
Maybe they just need to stick with Football Manager.
That is true. That's still an ongoing series for some reason. And he's in Sega All-Stars Racing Transform 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is something.
That's something that exists. But EA hosted its financial earnings conference call this week, which clued us into some publishers' upcoming business strategies, chief of which might involve a complete restructure of Bioware. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong story.
Wow.
No, I'm on the right story. It's good. It's all good. They said, and I quote, wait and see mode. That's what they're staying in. Yeah, that silence says it all.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Wait, what?
They're in wait and see mode. End quote.
Oh, well, yeah. Wait and see how the Switch does.
It's doing great. Have they not seen how well it's selling?
But how's software doing?
That much, I don't know.
It might just be Nintendo stuff that's selling.
But I mean, you want to get your shit out right now during launch window when there's nothing to play. No competition. Everyone's desperately looking for something to play. This is the...
After the Wii U, though, these big companies are not going to do that at launch.
The Wii U did not have initial good numbers, I'm sure.
I know.
Wii U, actually...
Why they're all waiting.
Okay, do you remember their first games for Wii U? Remember?
Massive
Zombie U.
Yeah, I own that.
Batman Armored Edition.
Zombie Land or whatever. Zombie U.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Land and...
They had that Epic Mickey, I think, that ran like real poor.
Don't worry about that one. I'll say Donkey Kong.
Probably like they had Call of Duty Ghosts. There's like 5 people online. Yeah, wasn't the greatest.
It wasn't.
Actually, was Black Ops on that?
I don't know. I know it launched with Ghosts. I don't think they did anything after that.
I'm pretty sure there's another Call of Duty on Wii U.
Yeah, it was on there.
Maybe.
Black Ops 2 was on Wii U.
That's crazy.
I vaguely remember seeing it in the Wii U
And
section.
Ghosts.
Yeah, Ghost was a launch title, I'm sure. Or I believe.
You know what the worst thing is? The Nintendo Switch's game section is starting to get bigger than the Wii U game section in stores.
I would hope so.
It's actually bigger considering they have full displays of the damn thing.
Have to put Zelda copies somewhere.
All the Zelda, like, it's funny because it's like every store I went to, and Scoots, you can probably back me up on this depending on where you live maybe, but every Wii U game section was just like 1 or 2 or 3 shelves.
It's pitiful.
It was tiny all the time, and I'm like, is this really all they got? Unless you go to GameStop, and then it's just a little rack. A pathetic rack with the PSP games. The Vita games, I'm sorry. And even the Vita had more games than the damn Switch.
My GameStop, one side is regular Wii, the other side is Wii U. Then on the side of this rack, PS Vita games.
Oh. I'm curious, do they still make Vita games? Do they still make Vitas?
Still, I don't know.
I think they were doing new colors in Japan.
I mean,
That might have been last year though.
we're gonna talk about
physical games
for
no,
here.
but like digital games, yes, they still make digital games.
Digital stuff, yeah, like especially indie games
Yeah,
or like cross-buy. If it's on PS4, it'll be on Vita also, type of thing.
yeah. I guess Sony just slowly but surely just snuffed it out, huh?
I mean, that Valkyrie game was a Vita game, not here though.
Revolution?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's why it looks so poor.
Yeah, that's the reason, Burt.
Well, I mean, it's an upscaled Vita game. That's one of the reasons.
That's the reason. That being said, I can vouch for people wanting EA games on the Switch. At my job, when it was lunchtime, I noticed some of my coworkers pulling out Switches. I was like, huh, you guys have Switches too? What are you playing? They're like, we're playing NBA Playground.
The game that's not NBA Jam.
They're so desperate for fucking basketball games that they can play on the roof of their houses at parties that they're playing NBA Playground.
Was that not a launch title?
I'm not sure.
I mean, not Playground, but the whatever one they showed
No?
in the trailer.
No, there's no NBA.
I guess Skyrim's not out either.
No,
either,
there's
is
no
it?
NBA game. There's no basketball games to play on your Switch at parties on rooftops. It's very strange they advertised that. I'm sure one's coming, maybe?
I mean, they had one in that trailer.
Yeah, exactly. And Skyrim also showed up in that trailer, and then later it was announced that it's coming to Switch soon.
Wonder how that'll do.
What? Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Oh, dude, that's gonna do crazy numbers. People want to play that shit on the go.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested in mostly like a third party see how they get their sales.
I'm interested to see how it runs on the Switch.
I mean, it doesn't run well on
That's
anything,
exactly what I mean. Like,
besides a PC, I don't know.
this is,
Bethesda games are usually pretty broken.
they sure are, Bert. They sure are. You know what else was broken until a few weeks ago?
What's that?
The eShop. Did you guys know that you could not save your credit card information on the Nintendo eShop for Switch?
Yes.
Could you for the 3DS?
Yes.
So I was wondering if that was a safety thing in case they got stolen since they're handhelds.
Actually, I don't know. Scoots, you'd have to answer that one. I've never bought anything on the 3DS store. Well, unless I use the prepaid card.
What's that?
Could you save your credit card info on the 3DS eShop?
Yes.
Okay.
They give you an option to do it.
Well, maybe it's just a Switch being rushed out type of thing.
Oh, you know that's what it was. They still don't have a freaking infrastructure or whatever, their whole online system ready to go. You know Nintendo's kicking themselves too about that, like, we could be charging them for money right now so they can play their Mario Karts. But no, you guys had to get it out now. Couldn't wait.
The Mario Kart is like broken online, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, connection issues.
It was more stable than the Wii U. I'll say that.
Not according to the masses.
Well, I don't know. I'm using a wired connection. Scoots is using a wired connection, so take that for what it's worth. I only had like 2 disconnects compared to like the last.
And you played for like what, an hour?
3 hours.
And we played with viewers.
Quite a lot of disconnects.
We didn't do like the worldwide and the regional stuff.
We did at the end.
If you were doing that, you might have disconnected more.
We did at the end. That's where the disconnects came from. I think was at the end.
That's where all the problems occur is worldwide and regional.
Worldwide, I could see because that's, as it says, worldwide. People using different connections everywhere. Regional, I could probably see it being a little more stable, but friends and everything should be a problem.
Because you remember, you didn't try to join off of me.
We couldn't because, yeah, there was a whole bunch of, Nintendo being Nintendo can't make friend lobbies and all that. Oh, actually, you can. What am I talking about?
You just can't join together.
Yeah, you can join together.
Like every other system.
Don't worry, they'll get there with their paid online system service, I'm sure.
They sure will.
Dude, as long as they introduce cloud saving and a eShop and a rental game service that's not shit, they can easily sell this online service. I'm super worried about my saves on the Switch. I'm like hours into Binding of Isaac, and I've unlocked damn near everything in Puyo Tetris.
you'd be all right with losing your Isaac save because then you could do it again.
You're right.
Speaking of switches, Brian's actually has an issue.
Uh-oh. What happened?
His Wi-Fi doesn't really work.
So it's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest. When I used the Wi-Fi on it, it did not work at all.
Like, his doesn't detect anything.
Oh, like he's not picking up like an actual, like, these are the signals in your area, or these are the connections in your area? Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
When he was at my place and trying to connect on Wi-Fi, he couldn't. And the actual, like, Wi-Fi thing's right behind me.
Have you tried using your own Wi-Fi with yours?
Yeah, it works.
It might just be a rare thing. I mean, if it happened a lot of people would be talking about it online, at least.
There is an issue on that. As I remember, whenever my Switch messed up and I had to send it in, there was an option about Wi-Fi not turning or properly working under their little troubleshooting thing.
Huh. It's almost like Nintendo expected these things to happen. That and their bendy docks, which scratch screens, apparently.
Well, to be fair...
No, I know, Scoots. I know exactly what you're going to say. It's a lot of people just being idiots and slam jamming their Switches in the dock. Don't do that.
Well, for me, how I put it in, because it's like really far away from me on the desk, I grab my Switch by the corner and then I put it in that way.
Oh, I do...
Not really slam jamming.
Go on.
I was gonna say, it's not really slam jamming it, it's just put it in awkwardly. But I have a glass screen, so I don't care.
Same. I got that same tempered glass screen. It's really good. But I do the whole, like, Indiana Jones thing where I kind of, like, wipe my brow, sweat. I, like, breathe heavily. I'm, like, looking at the dock. I'm like, I'm, like, sizing it up. And then
That system's also dirt magnet.
Yeah. And then I just lower it in there very slowly, holding on the undersides of it.
Or you could get like one of those extension cables for USB-C and just shove it into the dock and then plug it in. You don't have to put it in the dock.
Or you can go to an Etsy page, find somebody who currently knitted a Nintendo dock cover,
Yeah.
and pay $10 plus shipping to get it shipped to your house to cover it that way if you're scared.
That too.
That's another one. But yeah, you can now save your credit card info on the eShop. So now people can stop complaining and buy all the games they want. All 10 of them.
There's more than that.
I guess SNK keeps adding their repertoire to the library, huh?
They just added Garo.
Yeah, they did. Snow Online, but whatever, that's fine. It's not fine. I'm not happy.
You can learn how to play the game. That's what it's trying to tell you. Play it, learn how to play, and learn like all the characters, combos, and stuff offline. And then you play it on Fightcade against me, and then there you go.
Or you play the PS4 version, which has online.
I'm like, who releases fighting games these days without online? Who does that? I mean, I'm not saying it's an old game, and I know they've done that port of that game.
It's an old game that they already have remastered.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying like, oh, release, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the SNES game with, online on it, or don't bother at all because the tournament fighters or whatever. I'm just saying like they've already done that game online. There's no reason not to make it online at this point. But whatever.
I was gonna say the 360 version as well because that has online.
But that online was wonky. But it was still there, I guess. It was an option.
I mean, it depends. If it was me and Burt playing it, we'd probably not lag.
Well, yeah, we're in the same city though.
Well,
It's
hard to say.
He's not wrong. I mean, SNK's got their kind of online stuff together now, right? The latest King of Fighters came out kind of relatively fine.
No, it was pretty janky
at first, but they fixed it.
Sure.
They did.
So there's that. So come on, SNK, put your money where your mouth is. You said you were serious about this gaming thing. I believe you. But you need to start putting some online on your shit. Especially Garo Mark of the Wolves. I love that game.
Or Metal Slug.
That one should be very easy.
I mean, they did. It's called the PC version.
We don't talk about that because it crashes my computer.
Well, tell your computer to stop and stop fucking, having all those tabs.
My tabs have nothing to do with Metal Slug not working. That's just a bad port.
It works for me.
Hmm.
Don't bring that 1080 shit into this, because I had this before the 1080.
That remains to be seen. But what has been seen is Injustice 2 information, such as Red Hood, Starfire, and Sub Zero. They'll be the first set of DLC fighters for Injustice 2. Release date is unknown at the time, but there are silhouettes of other characters behind them. I think one is going to be Raiden.
The other one's Black Manta.
I saw that one. But
That was the obvious one.
wait, wasn't Raiden there with the hat, the lightning guy?
That's the other that's the other obvious one.
Yeah. They're adding 2 Mortal Kombat characters to Injustice?
Are there no DC heroes who have that hat?
I don't know.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes they can use that as placeholders to troll people too.
Have they ever done that before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because a lot of people want Static Shock.
Ha.
So
Yeah.
they could use Raiden as a
Placeholder. Yeah, okay.
make people get mad. It's just like Spawn. Because that was the other character everyone wanted to.
Oh, he'd be the easiest silhouette to make out because of how crazy his design is. With the cape and shit.
It's not.
What's Spawn?
Yeah. No one knows if Spawn's part of that.
Yeah, that's what I meant, though.
No, he's saying like they wouldn't show his silhouette because he'd be obvious.
He'd be super obvious with how his cape and everything work.
Unless they used like the Soul Calibur version.
Oh, the capeless version?
Yeah.
Where he's got a huge bulge?
Well, I don't know about that.
Massive. Massive bulge.
So we talk about Spawn, and the first thing you do is talk about his bulge.
I can't not think about it every time I
like
talk
his
about that.
pecs or what?
Everything, dude. That thing is skin tight what he's wearing. You can see every detail.
Uh-huh.
Every and it doesn't. I talked about this on the last podcast. Where he does his wind pose where the camera slowly pans into his crotch as he's doing a laugh, and I just see it, the outline, everything. It's all visible. Nothing to the imagination.
He's laughing because your bulge will never be like that.
Mine? No. I wish I had a bulge like that.
You know who rivals that?
Who?
Just
Buddies.
because of Burt.
Buddies do have pretty good bulges.
I was going to say Taskmaster from Marvel because Burt likes to always point that out.
Burt points
That
out
sounds
weird
like-
things about every character.
I don't know. You just did it.
No, you're the one that's always talking about Geef in his goddamn shirt all the time.
Wait, what?
What?
You know,
His shirt?
his shirt being too small in the Macho Man one.
Wait, when?
Every single time he wins, you're
Oh,
like,
I was just saying there's his belly button sticking out.
I hate when you say that. I hate it. Why you gotta talk about that?
I'm sorry.
God.
It was right there.
I don't want to talk about it. Change
You
subject.
brought it up.
Change subject. Back to Swan's bulge. His massive bulge.
Okay.
I feel safe talking about that. Actually, they couldn't show a silhouette, not because of the cape, but because the bulge would be too big. People would be like, look at that thing.
They could put a character in front of him.
Can we not just talk about Starfire and how manly she looks?
Sure.
Okay, because she looks very manly.
I wasn't ready for that.
I mean,
She has
it's
the
another
same-
realm game.
I
right?
know.
It's funny because she has like the sexy body, and then when it gets to the face, oh god!
They need, you know what they need to sell for DLC for those games?
What?
Paper bag mods for all the characters. Not even the females,
say-
even the males get it.
Supergirl looked all right.
Does she? She looks like her face is melting.
No, Wonder Woman, I don't even know.
Oh, she's just Superman with a wig.
Oh. I was gonna say her face did get a little bit better.
I'm not gonna say they're not trying. It's just, god damn. Oh, the face work needs work. Like, if I can, if Dark Souls females look better than your goddamn Injustice,
I don't know about that.
I would say that.
You can make them look good.
You can maybe put time in. You can make them look human.
Yeah, but that's a lot of time.
Maybe that's what they use. They use the Dark Souls character creator to make their characters in it.
That's a bit mean.
And they're like, we just can't get these faces. I'm sorry, it will take another 3 hours. I don't want to sit here and do this anymore. Doesn't the body look good though? Like, you know what? You're right. Pass. Throw it out there.
Damn.
I'm going in on them. I'm going in on them. There's no excuse for this.
It's okay. Sub Zero looks badass, and he has 2 swords.
Isn't he the character no one likes compared to Scorpion though?
Hey, he's cool.
People like him, and people like Scorpion or Sub Zero. It's one of the two.
It's like Ryu and Ken, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
But Scorpion is the most used. Oh, did I say Scorpio? I said Scorpio. I'm thinking of Xbox again. For some reason. But yeah, Scorpion. Whatever.
You mean Sub Zero?
And Sub Zero, Starfire, Red Hood. Don't know who Red Hood is.
It's the second Robin. Oh wait.
Beep.
I mean, if you don't know it, then I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll edit it out.
No, I'm gonna say who he is because.
I mean, it's old news at this point, right? This is like what?
You should know. Everyone should know who he is.
It's like
Seriously.
20 years old.
But yes, he is the second Robin, who gets pretty much beaten by a crowbar.
That story. That's fucking old as shit. They should know.
Yeah. And then he becomes Red Hood after the League of Assassins pretty much revives him.
Oh my god, it's the Elektra story from Daredevil.
Pretty much, that is quite literally what it is.
Daredevil probably took that from Batman. Now that I think about it, who knows?
And Red Hood, he's a vigilante, but like he does the Punisher thing. He kills people.
I'm down with that. Burt, will you be playing Starfire?
No, I won't be playing anyone.
I'm gonna play Starfire. What do you mean you're not playing anyone?
You heard.
Fine. You're excluded from Pasta Night.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play Vixen.
Who's?
I don't know who that is.
I was gonna say, who's that?
It's a costume thing for Cheetah.
Oh.
Is it a actual Vixen?
It's a DC hero.
That's a Vixen?
Here, I'll link it to you, Bert. Here we go. Hold on. Come on, don't worry.
I mean, I can just Google it myself.
It has more meaning when I do it.
Oh, I see.
Well, this isn't exactly what she looks like, but you know.
Oh.
Yeah. You could be that, Bert.
Oh boy. The one I looked at looked like Wolverine.
That's the
She does look like Wolverine.
That's the closest that you'll get to Halle Berry Catwoman.
You're not wrong.
That's going on the thumbnail of this podcast, just so you know.
Great.
Yep. Oh boy.
Yeah, she uses the power of animals. She uses the power of a cheetah, elephant, tiger, whatever.
So she's all the Wonder Twins combined into one.
But she uses the spirit of animals.
Oh. Well, alright then. I'm curious to see what Starfire plays like, but I'm just imagining she's a reskin of one of the Injustice 1 characters that fly. There is something I don't like about Injustice, and that's the flying characters. I don't like how they move. or how they animate for that matter. You know what I mean? Like Superman and stuff like that, and Green Lantern, how they float off the ground like that. I don't know.
It's okay. This is another Realms game.
Yep. Hey, they got slightly better from the broomstick up the ass Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe fighting game.
I still like the Wonder Woman move.
What about the PS2 games?
We don't talk about those.
Hey! Deception was good. Good game.
Which one came before? Which one was the last one? Was that Armageddon?
Yes. It goes Deadly Alliance, Deception, and then Armageddon.
So only Deception was good.
I love Deception. They had that adventure mode where they got these NPCs that are just walking around, they're doing their thing, and you can talk to them. And then you can just run up to them and punch them in the face, and then it works. Then they're just dead in the corner, and you're like, yay!
That sounds
You get nothing
deceptive.
from it. Then they had this old guy that had like all the moves of every character. It was awesome.
Did you ever play those old games, Burt?
I've played one of the PS2 games. I don't recall which one though.
You played Deadly Alliance because that's all you ever freaking talk about is Frost.
Okay, then that was that one.
Wow. The only thing I remember from those old games was the commercial for Armageddon because they had a bunch of people lined up going, Armageddon!
Was Armageddon the one with the stances?
I mean,
Like the weapon stance?
All
Or was
three
it
of
all
them,
of them?
all of them were that way.
Okay. Then it was probably that one. Okay.
Armageddon had the character creation thing.
One of the
And
first
it had
ones, right?
It had the creature fatality thing.
That sounds familiar.
That's the one where you slap the person in the face, you rip off their arm, beat them down with the arm, grab their leg, rip it, beat them down with the leg, then grab their head and just like squish it like you're squishing a tomato. Like it was nothing. You just create whatever you get to do. Really lame.
Well, besides that, is there anything else they wanted to talk about with Sub Zero, Starfire, Red Hood,
Nah.
or the future DLC characters? I'm hoping for Orca.
Not that dog, super dog or whatever.
No, that's Crypto.
Crypto?
Yeah, that one.
No, they already deconfirmed him.
For the initial roster, maybe.
If they had,
Oh,
if they had,
don't need Crypto the super dog. Stop it.
Scoots, wait, let me finish. If they add Crypto, I will buy the game.
Next thing you know, you want Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah, why not? Why not? They already have more. They already have Batman. The majority of the roster is Batman anyway. Why not? Why not his dog? Just go for it.
And then you want Crypto Psychic Streaky, the damn cat.
That'll be his assist.
I'm game.
See? Bert's in.
We already got that floating cat with the red guy.
With the red guy.
Death
Sorry.
Star. Oh,
Yeah, that one. Maybe.
that cat's amazing. Canon wise, like if you knew what that cat did, that cat is amazing. Straight up killer. But yeah. Injustice 2 comes out this week, actually.
Oh shit, really? I thought it was next week.
This week.
Oh, I got you.
Comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, oh my god, you guys are right. Wow. Thank you for keeping the canon alive. Dynasty Warriors 9 is an open world game. Has trigger attacks, flow attacks, etc.
It sure does.
Burt, tell us more about Dynasty Warriors 9.
It's an
Dynasty
open world
Warriors.
game.
Mm-hmm.
It has
Mhm.
trigger attacks.
Yeah,
And it has flow attacks.
right?
And it also has finish attacks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it has etc. I was going to laugh.
No. I don't know why I said it was there when that was the last time.
Because there might have been more. I just stopped listening at a point.
Let's
Oh, I
see.
see.
Dynasty Warriors 9. Not a fighting game. Just like
True.
all the other Dynasty Warriors games.
Except for one.
Except it's open world. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. They announced it. It's going to be open world this time. You can climb buildings and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
You can swim. That would
Oh,
be
shit.
exciting.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is it going to rain?
It might, but you have a grappling hook, so you can probably hang on.
no!
Probably hang on since you're on like a rope.
At least they're smart about it.
Yeah. Apparently they're using some new attacking style thing. That was what the trigger attack and stuff was. They said it's still simple, but they're using a new system. So who knows? I'm excited just because
the real question is the soundtrack the same?
That's gonna be the end of this podcast theme.
Or is it?
Or
which version?
You know the version I'm gonna use.
We could always talk about Street Fighter V's Ed.
We could.
I mean, because he's out on the the beta that came out just a few days ago.
Oh yeah, we never did talk about that, did we?
No, we didn't.
You talked about it during your week.
I did. Yeah, I got.
You talked about getting bodied.
I got destroyed really hard by Scoots and Burt's Ed. I was no match for their Ed and Ed. No Eddie though.
No,
Ed boy.
I tried to be the Geef, which was the Rolf to their Ed boys, but they ruined me. Next time I'll play Kevin, aka Ken, and say dorks.
And then you realize that Eddie's brother is
a dick.
douche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big reveal. Spoiler alert for a fucking 10-year-old movie.
I mean, that was a given if you actually watched the episode.
Oh yeah.
You realize that his room was sealed.
They hint at it throughout the whole show. It's just as a kid you don't put much thought into it.
I'm still wondering how he got a car in there, but whatever.
That's a good question. That's a really good question, actually. The show's weird, but it's a good one. You know what else is weird? King of Fighters. Because number 14 is releasing on Steam, and the beta is somewhere this month. Details will be released soon. Scoots, I know you're excited about King of Fighters 14, considering you have it on the console. You're about to double dip again?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
If I double dip, then I have to get you guys.
You shouldn't do that because you know what Burt's gonna do. He's gonna play. He's gonna be like, I don't understand what's going on. He's gonna stop.
Then you can refund. that is something that you can do.
That is a thing you can do.
You can do
Just
that.
to remind people who are Steam users and they don't like a game, they can always refund the game so I get my money back.
So you get your money back. You know what, Scoots? I wholeheartedly support your stance on that.
Or you could keep the game, despite me. Or please me.
That's true. I mean, if you keep it, you gotta play. That's the deal.
Or you can get your money back.
Get Scoots' money back. So if all you listeners out there are wanting a copy of King of Fighters 14,
hit Scoots up.
Hit Scoots up at mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com.
Then you give me your money back.
And then then immediately return it and give him his money back.
You get a 2-hour free trial before you have to refund it.
And if you don't refund it and run off with the money, Scoots will find you.
Give me back my money!
Give me the money! Give me back my son!
No.
Give me...
You would play it, Burt.
He would. And then he get annoyed and then he stopped playing it.
Like, these damn motions, they don't make any sense!
What's a Z motion?
I'm sure they have characters that are more...
Oh yeah, there's like fucking 40 or 50.
Hey Burt. You like Ed, right?
Sure.
Maybe you can play Angel.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither, honestly.
I don't know any of those characters.
It's a wrestling chick.
Oh.
You see, you hear that tone right there? Did you hear that? That right there was the sound. Hang on, I'm going to add a sound effect in there. That right there is the sound of Burt's hype hitting the floor and shattering.
I mean, what's her name?
He hates wrestlers. Oh, you talking about Kula?
Yeah, she has normal motion, technically, yeah.
Yeah, she does. So does Kay, right?
No.
Oh.
I mean, with his Rekkas and stuff. No, he doesn't have
Rekkas?
No, it's not Rekkas.
Don't listen to me.
Okay.
That's Kyo that has the Rekkas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got stupid rekkas that look boring and dull, like Hio.
You could switch it up between a punch or like a kick at the end.
That sounds fun.
Rekka your face.
Yeah.
We should play Skullgirls again.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
Only if it's a mobile one.
Well,
We don't have the second encore. I'm sorry.
it's funny you say that, Burt, because I just looked over here and I just pulled out 3 copies of Skullgirls Encore. I got one for each of you. Pick it up after the podcast is over. So King of Fighters 14, that's a game we could all possibly play. Maybe. Probably not.
Shame it comes out when Tekken's coming out, apparently.
Ooh, bad time.
So we're gonna be playing some Tekken 7.
Tekken. I actually am not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of excited to play it. Wait, Tekken's next month, right?
Yeah, like
The
June
beginning-
3rd or 4th.
Okay.
The second. It's actually the second.
I was gonna say.
Well, I was wrong, though. Second.
I was gonna say, there's no way it's coming out this month, or else I would have cleared a
I
slot.
get the second. Hold on. Tekken 7.
Our fact checker Scoots is on the case.
Wow, that's off. It says March 18th, 2015.
It says June 1st on Steam, but that means super late at night, so it'd probably be June 2nd.
Oh. June 2nd.
That's a Friday.
Huh.
June 2nd.
Hey, I have that day off, so does Scoots.
I wonder why they're releasing it on Friday.
And you know what I'm gonna play?
Everybody's gonna be coming off on Friday, and they want to play their Tekkens.
I don't know, it's just usual.
Thursdays,
usual
and yeah.
You know what? You should play as Gigas. I'm actually curious to see how you play that character, Justin.
That big red
He's gonna
dude?
punch people, and he's gonna grab people.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah. Isn't he the Craig
You know-
Marduk
you know-
of that game?
And you don't really have to do much with that character because all his moves freaking hurt.
Yeah, he just looks dumb. Like, the huge upper body, tiny legs thing is like...
Yeah, but that's what you're all about. You don't like kicks, you like punching.
No, I know that, but like the
The guy
body
know
is
about
so
swinging his
disproportionate, it literally, like, ugh. Unless you got like some cool looking grabs like Tager, then no.
He has those tentacles on his back. That
That's distracting to me. Those things flipping off back and
You
forth.
can remove them.
He
Change his
actually uses
outfit.
them.
If I can change his body to look proportionate, then sure.
You can't change his body.
Then I'm not playing him.
You might be able to give him like some jeans or something.
If I can make him look like a dragon or a wolf or something, maybe.
Maybe you want to be Josie Rizal.
Who's that again? Is that Soul Calibur dude?
It's Bruce.
No. It's basically Bruce, female Bruce.
What? There's a female Bruce in this game?
Since Bruce isn't in it.
What? When was this added? I have not followed Tekken 7 at all.
The Filipino woman.
You gotta link me in Discord. What's she look like? Maybe I've seen her before.
She's wearing like the Philippines colors, right?
Yes.
Oh, the chick from the Philippines. I remember that. I don't remember what she looks like though.
I just
No,
said
that's
that.
what I said. When you said Philippines, I was like, it clicked. I just don't remember what she looks like. No, I just remembered Master what's her face is in there. I want to play
Master
her.
Raven.
Master Raven, yeah. I want to play her. I normally don't play fast ninja types, but she looks fun. She's
All her
just
moves are
Raven.
dependent with the sword.
That's
All her moves are
okay.
she uses her sword. That's the character.
That's who you're talking about.
Yes.
Wasn't there a controversy around this character?
Yes, the last name.
Okay. I don't know if we talked about it a long time ago, but I could see why the creator of Tekken is just getting fed up with bullshit. Every time he releases a character, something just like...
You just can't release a character and people like it.
Lucky Chloe. I don't want to play as a stupid cat. Roger Jr., we don't want to punch kangaroos, even though they're dicks. No one likes kangaroos. I love kangaroos. They're my favorite animals in the if I ever visited Australia, I would never fuck with one, but Jesus. I want to see one kick the shit out of someone. Those guys are great. You know what else was great? Alan Wake, from what I've heard. It's being removed on May 15th due to licensing issues, so be sure to get your digital/physical copy before the 15th on Steam or Xbox Live. Would either one of you like to talk about Alan Wake?
It's the one with the flashlight you shine on the monsters.
Is it Luigi's Mansion then?
I mean, there's also guns and stuff too, but it's kind of like that in a weird way.
The image I'm painting in my head right now is Luigi's Mansion meets Fatal Frame.
I just know that that flashlight's really important.
Yeah, that must have been before the big horror game phase during the indies and all that.
It's third person, so you probably could play it and maybe be interested in it.
I mean, I know nothing of it, so that sounds like it could be an interesting playthrough. Maybe I'll add it to my bucket list of my growing bucket list of games I should play.
I think I own that game. Hold on.
Burt, did you say you played through it?
Not through it. I've only played like a couple hours of it.
Would you say it's worth a shot?
Yeah.
If you like those kind of games, yeah, it's very well received.
Shining the light on monsters to kill them with the gun.
Okay. That sounds interesting enough. I'll add it to the bucket list. And I should hurry.
No, you could always get a physical copy.
Yeah.
Unless you want the Steam one, but yeah.
What else
It's
is
gonna
it
be apparently it's going to be 90% off on the 13th to 15th.
Oh wow, so literally like
So
2 days before.
That'll be the day before the podcast airs, so no one's going to be able to know that.
Oh no.
So yeah. Well, it'll be gone from Steam by the time you hear this.
Yeah, we're
And I
sorry
guess
everyone.
Xbox.
We're too late. Sadly, due to being recorded every night on Monday, we sadly cannot get the news to you guys in time. So,
Yeah, it just got removed.
oh no! Did you? Oh, I'm literally refreshing as we speak. It's gone. Oh, bad end. Well, yeah. Now that game's gone, I guess that's all we have for the news stories, gaming news anyway. Let's move on to the other news. There really is no other news. We should probably move that section in general, huh?
Yeah. No one wants to hear about your movies coming out and stuff.
Yeah, there are other movies coming out, but none of which I want to talk about. So let's move on to the Q&A session, my favorite part of the podcast. As you guys know, this is the 30th time I've said this, but if you want to send us any questions, you can answer them personally on the next podcast. You can do so by sending it, either putting it in the comments below, or you can send it to mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com. Hey Scoots, what was that again?
I have no idea.
mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com. Burt?
The Monday Night Wolfcast @gmail.com.
He got it.
There's no duh in there. You're gonna confuse them. When we don't get any questions next week, it's gonna be your fault. And then you're gonna get nothing but what if questions, and you have no one but yourself to blame. So,
Look forward to it.
So for the 30th time in a row, this time we're gonna have to give a 30th big applause to Jin the Wolf for keeping the damn streak going. Like, this is a 30-0 streak. Consistent every time. He writes in, at the time of listening to this podcast, which was 2 weeks ago, they released the second chapter. Then he's talking about Splatoon 2, about Marie's self-loathing. So yeah, I like them both, but Team Callie for life. Thank you, Jin. Thank you. I knew see, you two are wrong. Me and Jin know what's up. Callie. Screw Marie. And he also checked out First Four Figures and said there's an expensive Okami figure I want. I know how you feel, dude.
Was it the giant bust? If it was a giant bust, then I'm sorry. It's expensive.
He probably wanted the same one I wanted, the one that actually just has Amaterasu with the flaming wheel on her back.
Because the bust was like almost 1,000.
That's a crazy expensive bust.
Yeah.
But he asks, question, would you rather attempt to get $1 million check out of a Florida gator's mouth, which are huge, or would you attempt to get a bag of $1 million away from a pack of coconut crabs guarding it angrily? It's like you can tell who listens to the podcast because he incorporated the coconut crabs in there. I don't recall us ever talking about coconut crabs on the podcast before.
It's probably come up.
Maybe during a stream?
I'm not sure.
Because Jin's usually there even during streams, so maybe. But yeah, coconut crabs are a big old weakness of mine.
Did you ever click on that video I linked to you?
Yes, I did. Thanks for the nightmare fuel.
Did you see what it could do?
Yeah. Fuck coconut crabs.
Okay. It goes hand in hand with this.
I'm trying to think. $1 million check out of a Florida gator's mouth. I'm assuming the gator is out of the water. It's on the land sunbathing. Its mouth is open. And the check is not too far down deep inside that mouth. Versus a pack of coconut crabs who are angry.
And they will friggin'
They will ruin you.
Onto you.
They
will clamp onto you really hard.
But a gator will bite you really hard. They have the strongest bite. One of the strongest bites.
The gator will remove your arm.
That's the thing. And it's worse if he starts getting that twisting motion in there. You know, when they start rolling and shit?
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Your arm.
Yeah, he wants it.
Like,
He'll take it.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You thought I had a check, but really, I painted that in there. Let me think. Realistically, I'd probably go gator. Because I'm thinking, while they do have the strongest bite, once they shut their mouths, you can pretty much do whatever you want to them. They're powerless to open them. You just don't want them to shut. I've learned that from watching gator wranglers. Coconut crabs? No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I hate coconut crabs. Unless, of course, you can give me a mallet, plastic, metal, otherwise, whatever. A sledgehammer to go through them? Then no. I am not walking through a grove of angry coconut crabs to get $1 million check. No, wait, a bag of $1 million. Which would also be a hindrance because I'd imagine a bag of $1 million would be a little heavy to carry. That bastard's probably pinch the bag open and then I'd lose all the money while I'm running away. That's my answer. I'll take fun with the Gator Golf. For $1 million, please.
You know the best part is I had Burt think about this.
I know you did.
Burt, what would you go with?
Coconut crabs.
Hell yeah!
Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, a gator.
A gator could kill you. The coconut crabs won't.
They'll hurt you really bad though.
That's all right. I'll have $1 million.
But I'd rather be dead than hurt.
Really?
Yeah, I won't experience pain when I'm dead.
You're gonna have your arm bitten off first, so there's your pain.
It's fine. He'll drag me in the water and then I'll just drown.
You like being underwater?
I don't.
Aren't you fearing of like drowning?
I do have a big fear of drowning. But fuck coconut crabs, that shit's scary.
Alright.
I hate those things, dude. Oh. You can't
Bring a coconut. You'll be fine.
give it a coconut.
If you just handed a coconut, maybe it'll be like, oh, thanks. Oh, this guy's cool.
They trade you.
No. And that would mean you have to carry 20 coconuts or so to fend off these angry...
No, they'll be fighting each other for it, so you're fine.
No, it's not.
They're already angry, so they're going to fight for it.
Oh, yeah, well, in that case, I'll just bring a steak for the gator. How's that sound? You can't cheat and bring objects.
All right, if you give it the steak, it's going to swallow the check with it.
You're not wrong. Damn it! He had to do the thing.
Gators just have a pack of money, so
he couldn't have said the check is in front of the gator. That's starving.
It's in his mouth.
By the way, gators can move pretty fucking fast for a few.
Do.
Yeah, just for like a small burst, they can move faster than we can run. Just so you know.
It's okay. Have you ever watched Lake Placid?
I have not.
A good movie.
I'm thinking There's a way around that. Maybe I'll just fish hook it out. I'd imagine that's a one-shot deal because when he closes the mouth, he's swallowing. I like my odds with the gator. I'm sticking with my answer.
Or you could try to like rub the gator's belly. He'll fall asleep.
That I've never heard of.
You've never heard of that?
No. I just know if you can get their mouth shut, they can't do shit to you.
They actually fall asleep.
Huh. Good luck turning one of those fuckers over.
Do they sleep with their mouths open?
That I don't know.
No, I was gonna say that maybe. They're the last living relics of dinosaurs, so sure, why not?
What about you, CH? Do you agree with the crabs?
I will do the crabs because I am a guy that can deal with pain.
You're just a sucker for pain.
Plus, you hang out with coconut crabs anyway.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's true.
You're used to them.
I've dealt with that.
I've seen myself a
Right.
gator or two. I'm used to them.
There you go. 2 coconut crabs and 1 gator.
1 gator, 2 coconut crabs. Hopefully that answers your question. Burt,
What?
you had something to say, didn't you?
About what?
About questions. On our Q&A session.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Keep them coming?
Yep.
Hot and ready? You have no complaints?
Otherwise, we have no Q&A session.
That is true. Without Jin the Wolf, there is no Q&A session. We love you, Jin. But, yeah. Okay, as long as you have nothing to say, Bert, as long as you have nothing to get off your chest. Because
currently, we'll see how it evolves.
Because, our listeners will be expecting answers from everyone.
Of course they would.
And it would be a shame if you never answered them.
Are you trying to kick me off the podcast?
I'm not even subtly hinting at that at all.
That's what it sounded like.
No, what am I gonna be like, you know what?
It'd be a shame if I couldn't answer the question.
It would be a shame,
Oh.
wouldn't it? Hopefully you'll have a change of heart come next podcast. There's your deadline. But it's about time, I think, we tie up this podcast. By the way, before I end it, I forgot to mention, I think we did mention this, but actually, if you do want to hear our thoughts, as in me and Scoots, plus guest, on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, expanded further with spoilers, because it's a spoiler cast, stick around after the end of this podcast. It's an hour long of us just gushing about all the things we liked about the movie. Fun times.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah. Burt wasn't invited because he doesn't like superheroes.
They replaced me.
I mean, we had to have a third for it. We can't not do a spoiler cast about a third, except for that one time. We talked about Nier for an hour. That being said, what do you guys got coming up these next few weeks? What do our viewers have to look forward to from us?
You really want to know, huh?
Anything you got coming on? Any projects?
Injustice 2. Fire Emblem Echoes. Yeah, that.
Check. Wait.
No, hold on. Hang on. Scoots,
You're jumping the gun.
did you get the collector's edition of Echoes?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it too. Just thought I'd ask. Our next podcast, Bert, I'm glad you asked, is going to be on the 29th of May.
So no Tekken.
No Tekken.
Close, but no technical.
It'll be 2 days after, 3 days after. 4 days.
I will be playing The Surge.
What is that?
Oh yeah, that game came out. I just remember that.
Creators of Lords of the Fallen was like a Souls-like game, and this one's the
Yeah,
mechanized version. Of,
one of my favorite speedrunners is playing that right now.
Yeah, a bunch of people got early access to promote the game.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I'll be giving that a shot.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks okay.
Probably
Curious
won't
how
be
it
your
plays.
type of game.
It's very Souls-like, so if you like those type of games, you might be interested.
It's just futuristic, and you have like mech-ish
Yeah.
suits.
Like you attach metal things to your body.
Oh, wait, this isn't the one game that was behind the Mega Man creator, right?
No.
No.
What was that one I'm thinking of?
I have no idea.
It was the one where you could take off body parts and... I said it looked
I
like
don't know.
something. It was by the Mega Man, the Mighty Number 9 dude. I think.
Oh, you're not talking about Recore, are you?
That's what it was, Recore.
Oh, no. That game came out a while ago.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
I will be... I really don't have anything going on, actually.
Besides Fire Emblem.
You got Fire Emblem.
That is
So
true.
you got the collector's edition, yeah?
I do got... Yeah, that's true. I forgot it comes out.
Unless you're not going to open that too.
They might... I might not open it. Don't tell the others, guys. I might not open it.
Oh yeah, I also got amiibos I ordered too. Crap.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy week. For you two, anyway. I have nothing, literally. Nothing.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. Possibly, if I decide to open it.
You will.
And I'm probably gonna have another Mario Kart 8 stream. We'll see. Don't look forward to it, but...
Oh, you said earlier in the podcast you weren't streaming anymore.
Am I to be trusted, Burt? Do I sound like a trustable...
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I have commitment issues.
He's more of a lion than you, Bert.
I know he is.
Yeah. I mean, I've never once said I'm honest. Honest Wolfie is not a name I've ever gone by.
I'm pretty sure you said earlier in this podcast.
I said
No, you
you
said
were
you were
a liar.
humble.
Yeah, I said I was
You said you were
humble.
humble.
Yeah, I'm very humble.
Close enough.
Very humble. I know when to admit defeat. I know...
You're gonna be in a bundle soon.
I know when... I'm always in bundles every other week. For cheap prices, pay what you want. I think it's about time we end this podcast. You know what? I think it's about time to end that podcast. Take me out, Peach Cobbler. But stick around for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Spoilercast if you're interested.
All you do is yell at each other. You're not friends.
No, we're family. Except maybe her.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Night Wolfcast Spoilercast. This is for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. My name is Wolfie, and today I'm joined by my friends, Zeromus3,
What's up?
and special guest, first time ever, Brian.
Hello, everybody.
You'll have to forgive us all if we all sound a bit sleepy. It's because me and Scooch just finished a stream. He's done from work. I'm tired, and we're just mentally spent. And Brian just woke up, so we're gonna give it 110% over here.
300%.
Low energy cast.
310%.
These guys are gonna have to just carry me. I'm sorry, guys, but we all just
It's
watched.
okay, we just fresh out of the movie.
That is true. I watched the day before you two did, but did you guys go see it together?
Yep.
Yes, we saw it with like a whole bunch of other people.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. So it's basically fresh in all of our heads, and we thought we'd just have a spoiler cast to discuss the intricacies of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. By the way, just in case you didn't get from the title alone that this is a spoiler cast, we will be talking about spoilers unedited. So if you haven't seen it and you want to, we highly recommend you just click off now. Okay, good.
Also, speaking of that, I did exactly what you did, Mr. Tin Man.
What's that?
I brought my Switch to the theater along with Brian. Brian did the same thing,
You have a Switch party in the theater?
Oh, yeah.
pretty much.
We were duking it out until the pre-movie credits started.
That's some good shit right
trailer,
there.
man.
I like that.
I was racing with a friend before Scott got there on split screen on my Switch.
Did you guys have that moment where somebody noticed you were playing on the Switch and they're like, "Is that a Switch?"
If they did, they didn't say anything to us.
Huh. I had someone at the theater I was at when I was playing my Switch in the theater, like, is that a Switch? I'm like, yes. And they're like, huh. They just kind of walked off. I was like, alright. That's one person I'm going to have to watch in the parking lot. Good thing I have my crowbar.
There was another guy that was with us, and he'd come up to me, and he's like, man, if I knew you guys had your Switches, he's like, I would have brought mine. And I was like, oh, that would have been awesome.
You could have had the scene from the Nintendo commercial where you all are playing your Switches together and you just stop whatever you're doing, proceed to play it in the middle of the theater while you're watching a movie. Or on the rooftop, or after playing basketball. Speaking of basketball, we should talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 now.
Oh, not Shadow Basketball.
Not Shadow. Great, the best of segues.
Smooth.
You were
Yeah.
going all out on that stream.
I
Every
was.
single freaking pun that we can think of.
I used all my energy in that stream, and now I have nothing left in the tank.
I know. You used all of, like, Wolfcast Gaming.
That's a good plug.
Memes.
All of
the
them.
memes from Wolfcast Gaming.
We're about to make some new ones tonight. What did you guys think? But first of all, we should probably just... What were your initial impressions of Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Are you in the positive, the negative, or the...
Oh, definitely positive.
It was positive.
I too am in the positive. And from what I've been hearing, it's been kind of a mixed bag as far as like people enjoying it. Some people like it more than others, and some think it's not as good as the first. Have either of you seen the first Guardians of the Galaxy? I assume you have.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What was your opinion of the first Guardians of the Galaxy? Because I want to confirm a thought that I've heard.
Okay. When I first, like, watched the movie, I didn't think much of it. Until, like, when you actually do watch it, and then I was all, like, hooked on the movie. Because I was all, like, wondering how they were going to do Rocket Raccoon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I actually knew about the Guardians of the Galaxy before the movie.
You're one of the few.
I just wanted to know, like, how they were going to present it. And everything. And they did pretty good. Although Drax was kind of like...
Yeah.
I can see what they were going with.
He's not the Drax from the comics, basically.
Definitely.
What about you, Brian? I keep...
Yeah.
Before we start, I'm sorry. I keep accidentally wanting to call you Ninja Brian. I got to give you a nickname, so I stopped that. Well, go on.
That's okay. Yeah, me on the other hand, I didn't know much about Guardians before the movie. Of course, I just watched it because it's Marvel, and I love Marvel stuff. Especially with these movies they've been putting out. I thought it was a good take on just Marvel movies because it had the same kind of like tropes, but they did it in a slightly different way. It was more comedic.
Right.
Drax in the first one, I felt was kind of like he was there, but a minor character, but he was more of a major character this time around.
Yeah, for sure. I will also be on the cusp of a little bit. How I felt was how Scoots felt was, I was like, I'm familiar with the name Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm familiar with Star-Lord, Rocket, and Groot. I'm not familiar with like anything else other than that for the group. So seeing them on the big screen, I was like, there's no way in hell they're gonna be able to pull this off. Iron Man, yeah, okay, I could see that. Thor, okay, sure, but I was like, they have a talking tree and a rack. They can't convince audiences to see this, and they somehow pulled it off, and it's like, wow, it was amazing. I know I don't sound amazed, but I am. Believe me, audience.
Actually, Justin, you remember Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes.
3. You remember when they announced Rocket Raccoon? Everyone was like, "Who the hell is this character?"
Oh my god, right?
And then whenever Guardians of the Galaxy came out, right? Then everyone was all like,
Of
"Oh, I know
course,
that character.
yeah,
That's
of course,
that's
it's Rocket.
Raccoon.
That's Rocket.
That was from that one movie."
Oh, where's Groot?
Well, that's where I would think about it. Like, to people who don't know much about the movie, I think it did good at introducing and getting people caught up to speed on everything.
Oh, of course, that is one of the strengths of these movies. Like, it is hard to it's hard to believe right now I'm living in a time period where Guardians of the Galaxy are now a recognizable brand among people who don't read comics. Like,
Yeah.
it's to the point where if you had asked me 10 or 15 years ago when I was a kid, hey, young Wolfie, do you think Guardians of the Galaxy will be a multi-million dollar series of movies? I'd be like, first of all, I would have been like, who? Like the dude from the first
Right.
movie. And then second, I've been like, no. But look at them. That they've somehow managed to make like Groot is like is like a mascot now for it's crazy how they pulled it off.
Yeah, and that's well. If I had one complaint about Volume 2, it's that I think they went with Groot just a little too much.
Yeah, they gotta sell that baby
Like-
Groot merchandise. That's
Like
really
I understand he's popular and everyone loves him, but and, at the same time I was like, all right, like we get it, he's adorable, but come on.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from too on that one. But yeah, just to go back to my original thought, the thing I was saying was I found that it seems a lot of people who really like the first one, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, they liked it because it was something unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something so out of left field. Everybody was like, "What is this? And why is everybody talking about it? I should go see it too." And then it turns out this is like, it's not really a superhero movie per se in the same way that you think of superhero movies. It's kind of
Right.
it's like a space opera comedy kind of, and it's
Mhm.
like no one expected that. So a lot of people who really like they would say that's like their top 3 Marvel movies will say like the second one was a little too much of the same, and with like just more over the topness with the craziness, crazy space stuff. And the
Mhm.
people who were like, well, I didn't know it, going into the first one, I thought I liked it, but I wasn't in love with the first one, really tended to like the second one because they were like, well, this is the first one, but they decided to go all out, and this is what I wanted from the first one. So I like the first one a lot, but I think the second one is, for me anyway, it's better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
Just because
Definitely.
for me as a moviegoer, I'm a stupid moviegoer. When I go to the theater, I literally I want to go to a movie and have fun. That's the number one thing
Right.
for me. I want to have fun, or if I don't see a movie that's good enough to make me giddy and happy when I leave the theater, I want it to be so bad that I will like leave the theater in like tears from laughter of how awful of a movie it was. Give me either a really bad experience or a really good one, and I'm happy. If you give me a
Yeah,
boring middle
there's-
ground, yeah, I that's when I get upset. If it's boring, I get really mad. Hence why we don't talk about that thing I said I wouldn't talk about, Scoots.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, but going back to your earlier thought, Brian, I completely see where you're coming from with the Baby Groot complaint,
Yeah.
because I will say the opener is a great start to that movie. How they started it with
Right.
him just because you're really
Dancing in the background.
yeah you're
Well, foreground.
yeah, and then the action is happening in the background. So it's like there's two things going on. One, for the people who really like Baby Groot, they're gonna watch him dance. For the people like you and me who are like, well, Baby Groot's cute, but I kind of want to see the action. You can still see enough of it in the background that you can kind of ignore Groot. You're seeing like the chaos that's ensuing, like they're getting bodied and stuff like that, and it's like
Oh yeah.
that was a fun little like, yeah, okay, gang's back, they're fighting. Here's Baby Groot for the people that want to see it. Here's kind of bits and pieces from the battle. But to expand a little bit on that, what I really liked about that opening battle was just like, that to me was like kind of what I wanted from the first one, to see the group kind of take on something together besides what's his face? What's the villain from the first one? Ronan the Accuser.
Right, yeah.
Like just
Right,
this
yes.
this space abomination monster that's just like fodder for them to kill, and you get to see them like yelling and interacting with each other and stuff like that. That was a really strong opening for me, and I was like, okay, this is good. This is a good tone setter for the movie, and it just keeps going from there.
Right, and don't get me wrong, like like I said, that was my one complaint, but that's a minor, like, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, it's not major, but yeah, definitely.
Like
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I enjoyed the movie either way.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I understand too. It's Baby Groot is there to, appease girlfriends, make the kids laugh and stuff like that, and of course to sell sick Baby Groot merchandise. But yeah, he wasn't.
Well, like you said, he's become the mascot.
Yeah, especially now. But the thing that I liked at the end of the movie, did you guys stay for the multiple stingers at the end?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good.
We got all three.
Great. And that's another thing I will say about. Oh, go ahead, Scoots.
I was just calling it the triple threat.
Yeah. Like, it's nuts because the best way I can describe this movie is buckle up, you're in for a ride because this thing keeps going and going and going. There's barely any stops. It's just like, okay, even at the end of the movie, they're like, normally they'll have the end teaser thing, and then at the, you have to wait through the whole 5 to 10 minute credits, then they give you a stinger. This one, they were like, here's a stinger at the end. All right, enjoy the credits. No, wait. Here's another stinger. Don't leave just yet. Wait. Here's the last one. Because it's like,
Oh yeah.
they just kept it coming. They're like, they knew for the people who are about to get up and be like, the people who are just like, okay, I saw the movie, I'm gone. Someone will tell me about what happened after the end of the movie. Because I won't get it anyway. I won't know what it is. But they kept it coming. Just like, it was like a minute, here's your stinger. Another 5 minutes, here's another stinger. And those stingers are good. Did you guys catch the last one? What was the last one? I forget.
Stanley and the Watchers.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, the watch. Well, that's another thing. This movie, I keep going off on tangents, but like this movie, for me, made me really happy with the amount of fan service they had in there.
Oh yeah.
Like the Watchers showing up, which makes me think, how much of the Fantastic Four license did they get? Like, did they get the license back from Fox yet? Because I thought the Watchers were a Fantastic Four property, like a thing from Fantastic Four, but I don't know.
They definitely were. They were like, I believe it was something related to Galactus.
Yeah, it's like anything cosmic is usually related to Fantastic Four. I know they had to buy the rights to Ego. They traded the rights to Ego the planet for that one girl in Deadpool, Negasonic TH Warhead. They traded the rights for that character for Ego so they could put him in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And
I didn't know that.
yeah, it was a pretty good deal for them. But now I think about it, like I was like, okay, they sold the audience on a talking tree and a raccoon. How are they going to convince people that this planet, a living planet, Ego, how are they going to convince them that this is the thing that they can, in this world? And the way they explain it is, I think it's a really good way to explain it for people who don't read comics and people who aren't like in that mentality of course, of talking planet. Of course that would be a thing in this universe. It's kind of like Marvel's specialty. They introduce a concept to you, like let's say the first one of the MCU, Iron Man. They introduce the concept of superheroes with Iron Man, and it's like, he's Tony Stark, he's a rich guy, he's got suits. Then they're like, okay, let's go a little bit more crazy with Thor. Here's some weird, like, space stuff. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy, here's some cosmic shit. And then it's like, Doctor Strange, now we're doing magic now. They kind of they introduce you to everything, and then they go crazy with it. So it's like, I always enjoy how they do that. This one is like, I'm tripping over my words here. Is there anything you guys want to say about it? Let me get some water. I'm just gonna drink here.
You go ahead and drink. That reminds me, Brian. You remember that thing at the very end where you were pointing out that guy looked like he was doing magic?
Yeah, he had forgive me if I don't know what it's called, but the Doctor Strange magic.
One of
Um.
the Ravengers was actually doing some weird hand motions, like as if he was doing magic.
Oh, really?
Well, it looked like he pulled the wrist like gauntlet things from that Doctor Strange does in the movie.
Oh, that's a good
And
Easter
I
egg.
kind of stopped and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, did they just crossing? They officially pulling those two together here, and they're hinting at it, or what?
I mean, Thor Ragnarok looks to be taking place in like the same kind of theme as Guardians now, like, since he's going to be in space as well.
Right.
And it's like Doctor Strange is going to have a part in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, because
So,
you already seen him talking to
yeah,
to each other.
at the end of Doctor Strange, you see him talking to Thor. So there's going to be something with him in there. I guess that's really the fun. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say I thought it was an interesting little throw in there.
Yeah, because there's so much fan service in there. It's hard to miss. The Stan Lee one is probably one of the best Stan Lee ones ever because of the context of it. If you really think about it, if you really think hard about that scene, it's probably one of the best Stan Lee cameos ever, and it explains how he's in every single Marvel movie. The one above all, talking to the Watchers, like literally telling the Watchers everything he has seen in all these Marvel movies, like, because he's been in almost every single one of them. So to have him talk, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say to have him talking, just to have him talking to the Watchers, who are, for those that don't know, the weird baby, like the weird giant head dudes in the black robes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the Watchers, but yeah. Those guys are super important in the Marvel like universe. Like they're as their name says, they watch over everything. They can't do anything, that they basically, we've seen this, and sometimes they'll guide the heroes to what they're supposed to do. But yeah. What did you want to say on that?
I was gonna say besides like Thanos and other like characters mentioning throughout all the Marvel movies, like his cameos could be the one thing that connects them all.
That's what makes it so brilliant. And it's just like, of course Stanley would be talking to the Watchers. Like, it made me so happy when I first saw the Watchers during that. I was like, what are those? Totally are the Watchers. That made me like open my eyes really wide. I was like, oh, they're bringing it all in. And to me, and I will say this, I like their iteration of Ego this time, or Ego in this movie. I felt it was closer to the comics than Doctor Strange's Dormammu was.
Mm-hmm.
Dormammu was basically a rainbow wall, the Power Ranger Zordon thing, basically, but a more colorful version of it. Like,
yeah, and even after the end of the movie, you still don't really get it.
Yeah, it's like, I get that they probably didn't want to go with the whole, flaming head design skull guy, for Dormammu, but I was like, okay, I guess he has to be like this just for this movie, but I'm hoping if they do him again, which they probably will, if they do another Doctor Strange, because he will be back, I hope they give him the flame head design, like.
You think he's gonna be back?
Oh yeah.
Or do you think they're gonna
That's
go with
his
different-
nemesis. If not the second movie, probably the third one.
Because you think they'll go with like Shumagarath or some other entity?
Well,
I might be stretching it with Shumagarath.
no, actually you're right on point, because think about it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, what does it open with? One of those space abominations. They can do one of those, why not Shumagarath?
Yeah, because he's all about chaos.
Yep. Shumagarath seems like he'd have a whole phase dedicated to him. Or maybe at least a Doctor Strange arc dedicated to him.
You might want to explain Shumagarath.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Like, Shumagarath, for those that don't know, it's one of those cosmic beings in the... No, not cosmic. He's like, he's an entity in the Marvel Universe. If you've played the Marvel vs. Capcom or, Marvel superheroes, those Capcom fighters, and you've seen that weird tentacle monster with the one eye, that is Shumagarath, or rather a tiny, tiny skin flake off of the real thing. Like, the real Shumagarath is like this giant, like, galaxy-sized abomination, Eldritch abomination that just lives in this chaos dimension, who sends out little beings to do his bidding. He's always trying to take over the world, and Doctor Strange is always there to fuck him up.
That and what was else? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Shit.
Shumagraph?
I had something going on with that.
But yeah.
With the way they did the
Okay,
story.
I remember now.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Basically, Brian, think of the theme of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is basically it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, and that is actually really. I think he is based on Cthulhu, because he does have followers, and those followers are fucking insane. You'd have to be to follow if you see to follow a creature like that. You'd have to be insane.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, going back to Guardians, like, here's something that the first movie didn't really do. It did it, but it didn't go in depth with the characters as it did the second one. Because the second one goes deeper with the characters, I feel. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Star-Lord gets a bit more backstory. Like, he gets to find his, in movie universe father, which is Ego. It's not in the comics, but it worked for this film.
Mm-hmm.
Gamora. Oh, go on. Yeah.
It was Gamora and the Nebula.
Yeah, those two had a, like, I thought Nebula was just gonna be like, I'm like, oh, she's just gonna show up and do her thing. She's gonna die, and Gamora's gonna. Nope. She actually had like a little bit of a story to tell too, with
Maybe Volume 3.
Yeah, with like how Thanos basically made her how she is. And I thought that was a really good like moment. It did. It just there was a strange moment though. Right around the time, what was it? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Damn. Discombobulated Spoilercast. Jeez. Rocket. To me, this one really made like Rocket and Yondu. I think they kind of stole the show for me. Like, everybody got equal screen time, but Rocket and Yondu, their arc throughout this movie was probably one of the like most heartfelt things I've seen, besides, barring Logan, like in a MCU movie. Because Yondu gets his, like, I didn't think I was gonna like Yondu as much when I saw him in this film. I'm like, okay, they're gonna bring back the Ravagers again, and all right, cool. I didn't really care for them in the first one, but here they are again. And I was like, oh shit. As soon as like the shit hits the fan and like they all start turning on him, I was like, oh, okay. I like where they're going with this.
Really
that
that scene was really funny with Rocket Raccoon against the Ravengers. That was
oh yeah. Because the whole dude. Tell me you weren't thinking the same thing when they were walking through the woods and you could see him setting up traps. You weren't expecting him to say long trap. Bear trap. This way's more than me. Just starts pulling out his Marvel moveset in the middle of the movie. It just starts like destroying them. I was waiting for it, but it never happened. But still, I was like,
the funny thing about all this.
Mm-hmm.
Before the movie, they had a leak, or it wasn't really much of a leak because Capcom like put a Twitter thing on of Rocket Raccoon with Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you looked at it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they talk about Infinite, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Yeah, they showed like Rocket Raccoon's Ultra, which has Groot in it.
Where Groot beats the crap out of the person, launches him up in the air, and then Rocket Raccoon
shoots him.
Shoots him, and then uses like a rocket launcher or bazooka, blast the dude.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. It's like
new.
Exactly. I was gonna say the relationship between Rocket and Groot changed, where Groot was more like the I'll say innocent until provoked muscle of the group. He reverted back to basically a stupid child. Like, that's all he was a stupid child.
Mm-hmm.
But
Trying to press the button.
Yeah. See, now that part, they put that in the trailers, but seeing it in actual context made that moment actually a lot funnier.
Do you want to know why he didn't press that one button that he said he was going to press? The button looked, it looked all cracked. You don't want to press a cracked button.
Wait. Was that really?
That's my interpretation.
Oh, okay.
It looks all cracked. He's like, ooh, I'm not going to touch that. Press the other button.
See, now that you could be onto something, Scoots, because if the button wasn't cracked beforehand, but it got cracked during that part where Ego is destroying everybody, and Gru got crushed and the button got, and that it gets cracked, and that's the thing that made Gru go, this button shouldn't be pressed, because Rocket wanted to put tape on it. I felt that part of me, I was like, because they don't show you all of the jokes in that trailer for that one scene, but having Star-Lord during the middle of this giant space battle going like, Gamora, do you got any tape? Nope. Drax, do you got any? No, Scotch will do. Then why would you ask if we needed Scotch? Like, that during a giant space battle, but you don't get to see any of it. Like, you're just hearing it. Made that moment kind of funny.
Another funny moment in that movie. Oh god, I'm gonna say it now. It's gonna make you laugh.
What? Oh,
Actually.
okay. Wait, we should save that. We should save that for the end because that's the. No, you know what? Okay, go for it.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I kid you not, I was the only person that laughed out loud when that moment happened at the movie, and people were like, "The fuck is wrong with this guy?" I was like, I'm sitting in the background, it's like, I'm sorry, it's an inside joke. And I'm sitting there by myself, and it's so everyone's like, why is this guy laughing so hard? And I'm like, it's an inside joke, but there's no one else there to share the inside joke with. But go on, explain what happened, Scoots.
Okay. During the movie, Ego pretty much reveals his plans to Peter Quill, and then he explains what he did to Peter's mother. Goddamn. Wow.
That's a whole nother movie. Go on.
Well, anyways, and then basically he explains what he did, and it shocks Peter. Then goes and fucking crushes his Walkman his iconic Walkman.
Yep, which is currently going for $900 on eBay. That particular model.
The funny thing about that was, close to the end of the movie, one of the Ravager guys. Do you know that guy's name?
Which one?
The one that was at the end.
Oh yeah, the one that actually had the story arc, the likable Ravager.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah,
I don't think it's ever said his name. It might have said his name once or twice, but I don't remember.
I just remember he gives Peter a new thing that he's like, yeah, Yondu wanted to give this to you. He got it from some junkyard or junk whatever dealer.
What was that item, Scoots?
And he was like, I think it was called a Zune. And then the first thing I do in the movie theater when I see that Zune, I'm like, oh god. Brian was there right next to me. I just
started laughing.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else in the movie theater was just like, what? And that's just me. It's just like,
Of all the music devices they could have picked from, they had to pick a Zune. And I laughed my ass off so hard in the theater.
I have a Zune. I have a Zune right here. The original Zune, the same one that was on that movie.
I kid you not, I was almost in tears because I could not stop laughing because I was just like, I wasn't expecting it. And all the time I could think of was like, that's Scoots' Zune that he threw out into space. They found it. And they fixed it. So so we should explain this joke. So Scoots, you should explain what happened. And first of all, the joke itself is that it's a Zune, the failed, was it Microsoft music player that was supposed to compete with the iPod at the time. This was back in 2005 when iPod was an actual MP3 device.
When Zune first came out, it was a good idea.
It was.
Share your music with your friends through wireless streaming. So if I had let's say like a Metallica album, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go with a random band, and I wanted to share it with like Brian if he had a Zune. We could do that.
That
Be
is
like, hey Brian, you want to listen to this awesome Metallica album? And then Brian could be all like, sure, why not? Instant transmission, bam.
now, Scoots. That is a good idea.
That
However,
was the main idea of the Zune.
however,
And then, I know where you're going with this.
I know. I want to get there. I'm so excited.
But okay, I originally owned a regular Zune. I rocked that, the 30 gig, the first model for like the longest time. Then I ended up getting an upgrade called the Zune HD, which can stream at like not stream, but like it could output videos at 720p, and it had like a OLED screen. It was like one of the first devices to have OLED, and I was happy about that. Then all of a sudden, when I was going to college one day, it was like very icy. There was like an ice storm that hit, and the roads were all like icy, right?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
I was just walking normally. I had my Zune HD. It wasn't the 32, but it was the 16 gigabyte model. Just, listening to music, just jamming. Next thing you know, I slip. Instead of slipping on my butt, I slipped forward. I had the Zune in my hand, my right hand, fall straight down into the ground, shattered the damn thing directly into my own hand. And then I was like, oh, I look at my right hand, it's just completely shattered within my hand. Then I'm just like, no!
Oh.
Then I had like a big dramatic soap opera moment.
He was like Darth Vader from episode 3.
Exactly. I was like, no!
You even had a funeral for it?
Yeah, exactly. I had a funeral for that thing because I looked at my old, so I always keep all my boxes and everything. And I put this thing in the box. I remember what I told Justin and the Burt. I told them, yeah, I had to attend the funeral. This funeral was my Zune HD. They got the business. I had to salute to it.
Press F to pay respects.
I remember when I did that. I was like, I even saluted to the damn thing. I even took it like a comb and I just put it up against my mouth and did the funeral thing with the comb. It was pretty ghetto.
Oh my god.
I didn't tell you that part.
No.
But it was really funny.
Holy crap.
I just love how the entire time you're telling the story, Justin's giggling like a schoolgirl.
I can't stop laughing. It's just it's one of the original stories that Scoots told me, and I
But all is good with the world because I have another Zune HD.
he sure does.
And on the back of it, it's the Wounded Warrior Project Zune HD. And it's 32 gigabytes, and it's a platinum color Zune HD.
Oh man.
This is making me laugh.
Just like you can imagine how like this is me controlled, like just the fact that I wasn't expecting it and I saw it on the screen, I started laughing so hard I started crying. It was so funny. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. No, I immediately started laughing. I was like, oh, that's good.
Yep. So Scoots' Zune made it to the big screen. There we go. As of now, this is current date is recording. Brian, did you ever own a Zune?
No, I did not.
Okay, so
the best part about all
Scoots
this?
is the only human being I've ever met that has either talked, owned, or seen a Zune.
I mean, I got the box over here, and I have the damn thing right here.
I know.
It's plugged up to my computer right now.
It's just funny
He's
to
currently
me
listening to Awesome Mix Volume 2.
on his Zune.
Yeah.
On my Zune.
That's
That's the way to do it.
It's literally like me saying back in the day, you guys all have PSPs and DS is like idiots. I have the N-Gauge.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the equivalent. And then one day I just fucking shatter it.
Yeah.
I told you.
Did you tell him before this, or was this coincidental?
No. This is something I came up completely by myself.
Because
that
Scott
was
was
the funny
talking
thing.
about this earlier.
I was talking about the N-Gage because we were talking about just like phones, right? And next thing you know, I just remember the N-Gage, and everyone's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Why don't you go and Google it?" So, one of my friends, one of his buddies, he Googles it. Then he's like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "Yeah."
Had
N-Gage.
the best Sonic game ever, Sonic N, which is a shitty N-Gage version of Advance. Gotta
Don't
love.
forget about Splinter Cell, man. It's got that awesome Splinter Cell with that PlayStation 1 graphics.
Oh, not even that, dude.
I mean, if it could put out PlayStation 1 graphics, that's a little impressive, almost.
It couldn't.
No,
It couldn't.
It's like, actually, you know what? It's more Saturn.
No, that's an insult to the
But
Saturn. The
still,
Saturn
on
could
a
output
cell
better than that thing
Actually-
could.
Actually, you know what? Saturn would play better than that thing. Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to. There's gotta be a like.
32X.
Oh, you're in that ballpark. You're not wrong.
That reminds me, I found a 32X at Rocky Sports.
You should get that.
Place that's around here.
Oh fuck, we need to get back on subject.
But yes, go ahead.
Oh man, but yeah, that particular joke got me. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, Yondu and Rocket, I enjoyed their arc the most of all the characters besides Drax and Mantis, who I thought. Oh wait, hang on. I want to talk about this moment. I know you guys caught it too, but one of my favorite moments in the movie is how besides the first time Mantis does the whole feeling reading, because she can read feelings when she touches people. I like that first one. The second one, however, that one is such a great scene because no words are said, and it's like they're. Let me frame this for the viewers who may or may not have seen the movie, just so you know what I'm talking about. It's when Drax and Mantis are sitting on the planet, and they're sitting there watching the sunset, and then Mantis, because yeah, Drax is talking about his daughter, and then afterwards he just kind of, he's just sitting there peacefully, just kind of like, he looks content. He has like a very stoic kind of, I'm just sitting here now. And then she just kind of slowly but surely reaches over and touches him, and she starts like just breaking out in tears. And I was like, that's a powerful scene right there. Like, after he's done talking about his daughter, like, Drax is just sitting there. He doesn't look sad at all, but like in the inside, this is a torn up man, and it's like, that was a really good scene. I love that scene so much. That is a good scene. I was like, oh.
Drax. What do you think about him laughing throughout the whole movie? You get a lot of laughing.
Like,
His character was just great.
They dialed him up to 2. They were like, people liked Drax, how literal he was in the first movie. We can't do that again in the second movie because he learned a little bit of humor, like a little bit of sarcasm and stuff like that by the end of the movie. The first movie, he kind of understood it a little bit. Like, he understood jokes and stuff like that. So we can't have him do the whole, nothing flies over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it. You can't have him do that again. So let's make him like he gets the joke, but he's still too dumb to get subtleties.
My favorite thing is the thing that they have to put over their, like, the armor.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like, I cannot wear them. Why not? My nipples are too sensitive. And then when he puts it on at the end, he's like, oh, my nipples.
And he's just screaming.
He's screaming the whole time, like, ah. That was great.
Yeah.
That's really good.
His character was.
I like
his
how they
character
brought
made it
that
fun.
back.
Yeah, that was really good. Man, Batista, if you had told me years ago that Batista, that same wrestler we had seen in the ring who fought the likes of Randy Orton and Triple H and all that, he was okay as a wrestler. Like, he was decent. He wasn't like mind-blowing or anything, but he had the look, he had the size and everything. If you had told me that guy would later go on to be one of the most likable Marvel characters in a freaking movie, no way. He pulls that role. He does that role so good. Just like, he plays that dumb, like, I think I'm smarter than I am, but I'm not. He's perfect for that role. Like, I'm amazed at how well he's doing in that role. It's like if they got not Triple H. He can act. I'm trying to think of a wrestler that you wouldn't normally think would be capable of acting. I don't know. Let's just say, think hard. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I don't know any names anymore.
You're gonna say the one thing, John Cena.
No, because he can act. That dude can actually act. He's got charisma.
Yeah.
He could pull off a role. I'm trying to think of a wrestler that you wouldn't think would be Roman Reigns. Let's just say that. Because I know he's popular for just one reason or another, whether you hate him or love him. Like, pulling him and making him, let's just say we made him Adam Warlock. Which is a great segue to one of the teasers. We're all over the place on the Spoilercast, but whatever. We're just talking about things we liked. Just like, remember that part in the beginning of the movie? Oh, and the end of the movie. And then that part in the middle? Like, we're not following a...
All that matters is Scoot's Zoom.
Pretty much. There were some great visuals. Like, I saw this in 3D XD, which is equivalent of IMAX over here, I guess.
Right.
So, I got to see
By the way,
the 3D...
Lucky.
Honestly, the 3D did nothing for this movie. I would have preferred to just see it in XD without the 3D, because honestly, the 3D for me, because I don't wear glasses normally, so glasses are very uncomfortable for me. So when I put them on, my eyes immediately just like, my eyes do the iguana thing where one eye looks up and the other one looks down and they start trying to readjust. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It takes like 5 minutes of like painful readjusting during the previews, which are already hard to watch because my eyes are adjusting to the 3D, and all of a sudden, here's these 3D effects flying at your fucking eyes. I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. Need 5 more minutes, please. But yeah, the 3D really didn't, I don't think it added anything, really. But it did look, it was a very nice looking movie. There were some good set pieces in here.
Especially Ego's Planet.
Yes, it was
whoa.
It's colorful. It's just so nice on the eyes. Everything's just colorful in this damn movie. It's just pleasing. Like, you could take a still from any shot on that planet and you're like, that's nice. That's very nice. I would frame that on my wall. Like, it's just good. And also, the CG on Rocket improved dramatically. Like,
Yeah.
Rocket, like, he looks like he belongs in like, no scene he pops up in, you're like, that's a CG raccoon. So, half the time I'm like, damn, how'd they get this raccoon to stand upright and wear these clothes? How'd they capture this raccoon's likeness so well? I'm like, they imprisoned a real raccoon in this movie. How'd they do that? Like, I'm actually falling for it because of how, like, he looks really good in this movie. I believed it.
Oh, yeah.
There were some really brutal, like, if I saw this as a kid, though, there were some moments in this movie that would have, like, made me upset. Like, the first one that comes to mind is, like, the Ravagers when they all turn on each other, and then they start, like, throwing them out into space to die. That is, as a kid, I don't know if you guys remember the Magic School Bus. Do you remember the episode where that one kid took his space helmet off in space and he froze over, like, instantly?
Little bit.
It was a weird episode. Like, it's
been a long time.
Yeah, it was the redhead kid with the glasses. He took his space helmet off and he just, like, froze over and became like ice, which wouldn't happen if you took your space helmet off. You just explode in an over the top fashion. But, like, I saw that as a kid, and that freaked me the hell. I was like, I'm never going to space. I don't want to live in space, even though we're technically floating in space right now. I don't want to be in space. Don't want to see space. Don't like it. That's probably what contributes to my factor of other things. Now to think about it, Scoots. I didn't like space.
The Magic School Bus.
The Magic School Bus scarred me for life as a child. I did not like space. I was like, I don't want to go there. You'll freeze to death. You'll die.
But you'll play Phantasy Star, which is...
But you're not in space. You're just on planets.
But you do Okay.
You don't actually travel through space. That it does all that for you, and you never have to see it. You just see planets.
I don't know. The Fantasy Star Online ones, you're in space.
I don't know about that, but all I'm saying
Fantasy
is
Star
that
Online too.
that scene where they're throwing Ravagers out in space, and that one just dies very slowly,
Yeah.
and it's like I was like, oh, I just kind of sank in my seat a bit. I was like, oh, my fear, it's coming back.
You know what I was expecting?
What's that?
When that guy was dying, I was hoping he stick up both his middle fingers while he is dying.
He probably did. He probably, at that point, I think as soon as the space hits you, you don't really have much control over what happens to your body. You just kind of, all my blood vessels have instantly frozen over and my limbs are violently contorting to look like my hands are going up when they're not. Then it shows like the other Ravagers that were thrown in space very slowly panning out. I was like, oh, that's brutal. That's awful.
That scene was very symbolic too for Yondu.
Oh, dude, yeah, because like, Yanni got fucked. Like, I don't know what. Like, they shot that thing on his head, and it's just like that led to a whole nother scene with like Baby Groot going like, can you go find the what's it called, the
fin?
Yeah, find the fin. It looks like this. They had to like explain slowly. He kept on fucking up, and like he came back with a desk. How do you not wake anybody up with that thing? That was one of the better.
He cut someone's toe off.
Yeah, yeah. Like, tell me you have a fridge where you store. But he's like shaking his head. He's like, oh god, we'll just pretend that we never saw this. Like, where did he get that?
And they pull out that dude's eyeball.
Yeah. No, leave that. I'll need it.
Because now they'll wake up and not know where it is.
See, like moments like that are just like, it's a very like, I'd say this is more of a space opera. This was definitely more of a comedy than the first one. There are some serious moments in here, but when it's not serious, it's just like, here's some jokes, here's some more jokes, some more jokes.
They were constantly pumping it with the jokes.
Yeah, it was almost nonstop. It's kind of an exhausting movie like that. Like if you laugh at a joke, you'll miss another one. It's like they keep coming. You're like, give me a break, give me some time, and then when it happens, you're like, oh, this is kind of sad. I wish they go back to some jokes. Oh, there they are. Great.
Exactly.
Nice
I think one of my favorite ones was probably like the very beginning of the movie.
What's that?
Where they're with the gold people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we didn't even bring up the what are they called? There's a name for them. Sovereigns. The Sovereigns. Yeah. Like, do you talk about like one of the gags where?
How do you feel about reliving your past, Justin?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I get the reference.
Whenever they were trying to shoot down the ship.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get the reference? Like what they were doing, where they controlled the ships, and then it looks like an arcade.
Oh god, that's what you're getting at, right? Okay, I'm sorry.
Playing a video game.
Yeah. They were doing the upright machines or whatever you call those things, the ones where you're in it. Yeah.
The final guy is actually doing pretty good, and then they're all surrounding him.
You could do it. You could do it. And it's like, and as soon as he dies,
it's like, you suck,
you
man.
suck. Yeah. That was so good. Yeah. It's just like, that's such a moment that happens for real. Like that was good. That was really good. The Sovereigns, I thought were like, I thought they were kind of unneeded, especially in the climactic part of the end movie, the big ending bit, the big climax battle. I don't think they were really needed there, but during the beginning and middle parts, I really enjoyed whenever they showed up, because especially when they show up on the planet where Yondu is staying with the savages, the Ravagers, and they have this long like prestigious thing going, and they're like unveiling the carpet slowly across the snow, and it just gets caught, and she's just they're just sitting there like
struggling to get it undone.
Yeah, it's trying to get it undone, and then they just kind of dust it off and keep going. Like, it's like stupid shit like that makes me like, okay, they're aware of what they're doing. They know this is stupid, so make it dumb. Like, if you're gonna do dumb, go all in. That's all I'm saying. That I enjoyed that a lot. Oh, and by the way, you guys will all remember the most. They say Marvel has very forgettable villains, but I'd like to argue with this one point. Taser face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, I will admit that gag went on a little too long, but the first time he was like, Taser face! Like, and they're like, yeah! And he's like, Taser face? He's like, yeah, because it strikes fear into the hearts of everyone. It's like, I was like, oh, they didn't have to do him like
It
that.
reminded me. I gotta get that pop figure.
Oh, Taser face? They do have Taser face pop.
You know, when I
Oh,
first looked
man.
at that pop, I just started laughing. I'm like, who the hell names himself Taser face?
So it works. It works. It's
and now
a
you know.
now you know.
And I watched it. I started laughing. I was like, "This is me."
Now, yeah, me too. I was like, I get it now. Now I know why Taserface is the pop figure. I must have him. Oh, I did like Ego a lot as a villain. It did kind of fall into the whole tropey, what do they call it now? The cinematic giant beam in the sky climactic endings now.
Basically,
Yeah.
and it was one of those villains where you thought that he was actually a good guy,
Yeah, they did a.
but it turns around.
Yeah, he just turns around to be a huge asshole. Like, I liked the build up to Ego and his big reveal. I like that a lot because he was a likable character for the most part. I think the actor, who's the actor that plays him again? I forget.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah, really good pick for that character. Like,
Yeah, he
he's
did a good job.
He's almost so good it makes Chris Pratt look awful in comparison when they're acting side by side. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, man, he's so good. Now he's making Star-Lord look real bad with his acting. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just like, you can obviously tell.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, the moment when he reveals, like, you know, he's like, oh, you know, it was so tragic for me when I had to put that tumor in. And it was everyone in the theater when he said that was like, I was like, I knew it. Like, I was like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, here it comes.
Yep, you're like, and then all of a sudden Starlord just snaps out of it and just unloads on him immediately. I was like, yes,
Mhm.
this is what needed to happen. That was brutal. Like, and then Starlord getting stabbed through the fucking chest like 2 times and just being held up like, ah! I was like, as a kid, that probably would have upset me. Impalement was another fear of mine.
Then he just goes. And
Fucking
walks up
Watership
and
Down did that
grabs
to
the
me.
Walkman, and then crushes it.
And then he just that was more sad to anything. Just like how he pathetically reaches for it, like, no, my Walkman. That would be.
Don't do it.
God damn it! Like,
It's okay, it was avenged.
it was. It's sure, dude. And they had that giant like fucking cosmic battle where they're fighting each other, and, like throwing each other through like the planet and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That got nuts. What I did like was during that moment where all the characters are just kind of getting the business from like Ego when he's starting to expand and stuff like that. And it's like everybody's trying to escape, but they can't because, you know, various things are happening. One of my favorite moments is Drax when he's trying to get Mantis out of there. He tries to get her up there, but it's like he's getting caught up in it. So he's like, oh well, shit, and he like holds her up to make sure she doesn't get caught. I was like, oh, that's nice. He doesn't want her to die like his daughter. I was like, that's a good moment. Like, as much shit as he gave her throughout the movie, he doesn't want her to die. Like,
And then before that, I just remember something hilarious. When she was like keeping Ego from like waking up,
oh yeah, yeah.
and she gets
She gets
everything is getting destroyed, and then
she gets
she's just
smacked.
trying her hardest. She gets smacked by like
A meteor,
debris.
yeah, or a piece of debris or something like that. And he's like, Mantis, look out.
He has that super delayed reaction.
Like
Yeah.
a full 5 seconds
Yeah,
later.
after it happens, like she's like, oh, he's like, Mantis, look out. Like,
That whole Mantis and Drax, that whole character duo was great.
they did really good. Like he was a dick though. Like, but like it was funny because she's so like socially awkward. Like she doesn't get like a lot of what he's saying. Like, you know, like and you're so ugly. That is good. Yes. Like, like, okay. There were some good moments with Drax in there. Like Drax, it's like, holy crap, he almost stole the show too. I honestly did feel that that Yondu.
Yeah.
Just personally for me, I feel that Yondu and Rocket had a really good story arc. Like, especially when they're like, I'd say around the second act of that, when they're having the big disagreement and everything, and he's like, don't you talk about me like you know me, and he's like I know everything about you, and he's explaining like, you know, like you had to deal with this and this, and you had to basically deal with bullshit and everything as you grew up, and he's like, I know you because I am you, or whatever that line was. I was like, oh, that's good shit right there. Like I was like, that's good, that's real good. And then he gets his, like, you know, Yondu gets his whole redemption at the end, which to me I was like, oh, there was a lot in that whole ending bit.
It also revealed Yondu's true intentions of why he kidnapped.
Yeah, I mean they hint. That's a cool thing too. Is if you paid attention in the first movie, they hinted at that heavily in the first one too.
Yeah,
because they were like, why didn't you ever take him back to his father? He's like, oh, that dude's an asshole. Like he said that in the first one. So it's like the second one. It's like, of course, you know, of course he wouldn't have brought him back to Ego. He knew what was gonna fucking happen if he did. Which would also explain why he always let Peter Quill get away with all the shit he did. Because that was basically, it was his son, more or less. I like that line too, like, he may have been your, what do you say, he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy, or something like that. I was like, oh, like that. It's such a
the way he said that. I was kind of just like, oh.
It's a strange line, but like you get the meaning behind it. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
Is that good? He's like, yeah.
Cool.
Is he cool? Yeah.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh shit. What was
shit
that?
was fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry. I hope you guys didn't hear that. Weird shit's going on in my room. But yeah, the Mary Poppins line, that was a really good one. I also like the part where they're taking back the ship from the Ravagers. That was a really fun action scene. Just to see them go all out. Yeah. The arrow is just like killing everybody. And the lights, when the part where he knocks the lights out and all you see is the light of the arrow.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That was really cool. You just see like, yeah, and then it just pans out and you get like a kind of video game looking thing where it's like the top down view, or like a like a Smash TV twin stick shooter kind of deal where it's just like zoomed out and you're just seeing like the arrow flying everywhere and bullets flying everywhere and bodies dying and people. That was one of my favorite action scenes in the, like, that's why I think they stole the show for me, more or less. But how did you guys feel about, like, who was your favorite characters out of the movie?
I'd probably Drax and Mantis. It was too funny to me.
They did have some really good moments.
I just like the part where Mantis is like, oh, it's so beautiful, and Drax is like, so are you. On the inside.
Yeah. Like he couldn't.
Like he can't help but insult her.
It's just this like blunt nature.
Or when she like wakes him up and he's like, oh god, he's like, no, I don't like you that way. And he's like, he starts gagging.
He's like, just imagining.
It was just so funny.
What about you, Scoots?
It was kind of a mix between Rocket and Drax. I just liked whenever people like kept insulting like Rocket, and then I remember Peter called him a trash panda.
Yeah.
He's like, is that bad?
It's totally worse. It's totally worse.
And he's like, oh yeah, it's so much worse.
I love that. The what was the and one of my favorite scenes with like Mantis and Drax too, and Rocket, was when he goes like, your puppy is so cute. Can I pet him? And then you just see Drax slowly look up. He slowly looks up at the screen like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And you're just like,
yeah, go ahead.
And he just fucking like hauls him and bites her. He starts laughing his ass off. And it's like, and she's like, ha ha ha. Like, that scene killed me because I was like, just the way Drax, like, because he's eating and he just, as she says, can I pet him? And he just kind of slowly just looks up, just like, and he has this stupid smile on his face. I'm like, he's gonna do it. Fucking idiot. That was so good.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. My other favorite part was when the whole feelings thing with Mantis and Drax.
Yeah.
where first she touches Peter Quill's hand and then tells everything his deepest, darkest secret, and then he starts laughing.
Yeah.
And then she puts her hand on him and it just starts laughing too.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah, because she was like, "I've never felt so stupid."
yeah. It's so good. It's like it's just this movie is like just a bunch of moments. It's like it's memorable for me just for the moments I remember in this movie. Like
Yeah.
I remember visuals, I remember jokes. The story is kind of it's a good story, yeah. But it's
The only
nothing
thing that
mind
bothered me
blowing.
about the movie.
What's that?
It's supposed to. Wasn't this movie supposed to tie in with all the other Marvel movies somehow?
Yeah.
Like, thought they were supposed to be like the link to the Avengers, and that's how we get Infinity
Yeah,
Wars.
right.
I guess maybe that's Volume 3.
Well, I mean, Volume 3 is not planned for a while, and Infinity War is
Yeah.
already in production right now, so...
But that's weird because Adam
Well-
Warlock is actually an important character.
He's a super important character in the... Yeah. So, I'm not
so
sure.
maybe Infinity War just.
Well, no,
maybe
whoa.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Brian. Like, that makes sense, because Ragnarok takes place in the same, like... It's in space. It's the same universe. It's also in space. Maybe at the end of that
It'll
movie...
technically be right before.
Yeah, that would be the best way to do it. Think about it. That could be the stinger, too. Like, Thor needs to get back to Earth. Who shows up? The Guardians. And he explains, like, I need to get back to Earth because shit's about to go down there. Like, he somehow learns that Thanos is going... Like, that is the perfect setup. The Guardians are like, okay, where's Earth? And Peter goes like, I know where I'm going. Something like that. Just some...
And he's hesitant but willing to do it.
Exactly.
There's also another thing that bothered me. You know how that thing in the with the ego, the little plant that he planted,
Yeah.
part of him,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turned into that nasty blob thing.
Yeah.
It was taken over. How does no one from Earth, like the Avengers or whatever, you don't ever see anything related to them there?
Well,
Because Tony's over in New York with Spider-Man.
I was about to say that. Or are you meaning like, as in no one showed up to stop that thing, or as in like, why? What was your question on that one?
It makes me wonder if, future movies are going to reference that.
Oh, probably. Like, it's just because the thing is, it would be financial. It would be a financial disaster to have the Avengers showing up in every like solo movie, even though they technically should. They should show up. Like, you know, Doctor Strange at least would be there because that's some supernatural shit right there that he'd have to deal with.
Right.
But I don't know, because it does explain Doctor Strange is out with Thor right now. And like Brian said, Tony Stark is with Spider-Man in New York. Hulk is also with Thor in space. The others are all, Captain America. Yeah, he's on the run.
He's with Black Panther.
Yeah, he's in Wakanda with Black Panther. So yeah, they're all split up right now.
So that makes me wonder about the Black Panther movie, if Captain America is going to be a part of that.
I kind of hope not.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna probably have like a cameo at the start, because you know Bucky's there now.
Mhm.
Like I said, he's living in Wakanda with Black Panther.
I don't think he's gonna live there. I think he was just there to make sure Bucky was all right, and then he's gonna leave to go back to New York because he knows Black Panther's he's just gonna be T'Challa's just gonna watch over Bucky. He owes that favor. He feels he owes that favor. So I believe he trusts him. That was my take from it. I believe Cap knows he's gonna have to go back eventually. He wanted to make sure Bucky was safe before he left.
Because I remember at the end of Civil War, they referenced that he was going to be staying there with Bucky, hiding out with all the other fugitives.
Oh, probably gonna stay low for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here, think about this, because Thanos is coming to Earth now. Well, he's gonna be going everywhere to get those Infinity Stones. Vision has one.
Mm-hmm.
So, where was Vision at the end of Civil War? I don't remember.
He was at the training ground.
Oh, right, he's still at Avengers Tower, so... I mean, I think everybody's predicting that he's going to be one of the first heroes to bite the dust, because Thanos is going to take that stone in his head.
Yeah.
Because what I was thinking with Infinity Wars, I think what they're going to do is introduce Thanos. He's going to give people the business, and somehow he's going to get sent away by something.
They've already,
Doctor Strange.
I was going to say, they've already detailed. I mean, it's not spoilers or anything. They've already told what the synopsis of the first Infinity War movie is going to be.
Right.
If you want me
But
to say.
But didn't they just make it all one thing now?
Yeah, well, no. That's a good question. No, they still said it's a two-parter. They said the first part is going to be about Thanos. Thanos and his journey. So we're going to... Since he's basically the big bad of the MCU right now. He's the most important villain. He's going to need to have an arc. Because as of now, we've only seen him sitting in a throne.
Right.
We as an audience only know that, oh, this guy's supposed to be really scary. So the first Infinity War movie is probably just going to be that huge setup of him, what he's up to, what he's doing, why he's doing this. And, like, it's going to be a power establisher of, like, this dude will fuck shit up real bad. And he's coming to Earth. I'd imagine it's just going to be him destroying, like, people and planets and stuff like that. Or they might make him sympathetic a little bit. Who knows? We don't know what they're going to do with him. But I heard the first movie is mainly going to be focused on him. So
what I was thinking was he does show up to Earth and beats everyone's ass, but then somehow they send him away.
I was going to say, which comic you're talking about, because there is a comic where Thanos wins.
Yeah.
And the only reason he technically loses is because he gets bored of winning. He's like, literally he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like, he snaps his finger, and he's like, you know what I just did? I just killed like 2 universes. And he's like, he just murderizes every single Marvel hero that came to fight him, and he's like, I'm bored now. All right, well, everything goes back to normal.
See, I don't know how they would go about doing it, though.
That's the thing. There was one comic that ended like that. There was another comic that might be where they're going for the movie, so I'm not going to say how it goes in case anybody wants to read it. But there was another one. I think that one's called Infinity War. That's the one where that doesn't end with him winning, but yeah. You're right, though. It doesn't really set up for future, at least for them showing up on Earth. But with Thor Ragnarok, I'm sure they're gonna. I think they'll do it in that, like Brian said.
They'll have to.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, because if they just show up on Earth during like a big battle, it's just like, oh, they're just here now. Like, people would be like, they'd be excited, but they'd be like, what the hell? They didn't say they were coming to Earth.
Well, right now the only connection between Guardians and what will be Thor Ragnarok is one of the Grand Elders, the Collector.
Yeah, that's true. He does show up in both movies.
They might have something to do with him.
Yeah. Maybe Howard the Duck too. He's up there.
He was in the movie.
He sure was. Like, I laughed at that. I was like, no, so he's a character they're acknowledging, and he's still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think.
You know what I didn't understand? When they were showing the credits, they were showing everyone dancing. Did you see the Collector there dancing?
Mm-hmm.
I think I missed that.
Yeah, like he wasn't a part of the actual movie, but he was in the credits.
Yeah, he was dancing. It was like, what? What was he doing there?
Like I said, it might be like a little Easter egg. Like that might be what brings Guardians to everybody else. The Grand Elders.
Well, that, and also Peter Quill's backstory of him actually being like, an half human.
It's celestial.
Yeah, half celestial, half human. So he ties. Yeah. He's also, originates from Earth. He knows Earth. He knows where it is. Assumedly, he knows where it is. So he is also he's also one of the more important things of tying Earth with the cosmics.
Mm-hmm.
Like Doctor Strange is with Earth and magic, and Thor with Earth and gods. Yeah, gods. That's what I mean by like Marvel does a really good job of establishing its characters, what they do, and what kind of elements they introduce to the universe. rather than just
True.
throwing it all in at once and people being like, I don't get any of this. They just gradually feed you it, and they're like, here comes the airplane, here comes some magic,
Right.
and you're like, I like magic, you're just like, that's fine. That's the only thing that kind of worries me, and I don't mean I shouldn't bring up the subject of Justice League, but that it worries me a little bit that they may try to do too much in that movie for that reason, because they have to introduce the Flash, his powers, they have to introduce Cyborg, how boring he is, they have to introduce Aquaman, his powers. There's a lot they gotta do in that movie.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm worried about. But hey, that movie could probably also be their version of the Avengers. They could probably pull this out if they work hard enough. What did you guys think of that trailer? Let's just go off subject. What did you guys think of that Justice League trailer? I just want to know.
I'm kind of pretty much on your same level. Like, it looks good and I'm excited, but at the same time I'm very skeptical and kind of just sitting back like, all right, like,
Yeah.
don't mess it up now.
That's-
Like, this is your third strike, you're out.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. But it looks good.
Yeah, the trailer looked fine.
It's potential.
Mm-hmm. But that's...
You better hope Wonder Woman's good, because that's good.
Yeah, that's their third one technically, but I'm not watching that. I'm just gonna skip to Justice League. Like, it's it's like you said. It's just like I gotta sit back and I watched the trailer. I'm like, the trailer's fine, but here's the thing: WB is really good at cutting trailers. They're really good at that. Made Suicide Squad look good.
Yep.
Made that.
That's what makes me nervous.
Made what's it called? That movie I can't say look good.
It made your New Year's resolution look good.
Yeah, made it look good.
It's called that.
They made my New Year's resolution look good. Wonder Woman the trailers are alright. I don't particularly care for the character. It's just why it probably will never wow me. But I don't know. The Justice League is their proving ground. That's it. If they can't get that one right, it's oof. That's rough.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold all judgment until the actual movie's out.
You're a smart man.
I'll stay open minded.
Smart man.
Because you never know.
You never know, dude. It could literally blow everything out the water, destroy everything Marvel set up. You're like, no one wants to watch Marvel movies anymore. They want to watch DC movies now, or maybe people will just not care and just be like, oh, superheroes. I'll go watch that.
Right.
Which is the mentality we all need to have, so these movies keep being made. But goddamn, I can't sit through another one of my New Year's resolutions. I can't do it. A Suicide Squad, sure, but I can't do that one again. What? Oh, Scoots, you never said. What did you think of the Justice League trailer?
Decent. Very skeptical about it myself, but I'll watch it.
You know you're gonna watch it, and you'll know the most. You'll be able to tell me
mean,
everything.
Technically, it doesn't have Superman in it.
That we know.
That we know exactly.
We've only gotten one real official trailer, so they might drop a second one and hint at it.
Do the New Year's
or they-
resolution trailer where they show the money shot at the end of it.
Or they could keep him out of it, and then it's like, oh, he'll be in Justice League 2.
Wait, what's this?
Yeah.
I'm getting something. Huh, what's this? Hot and fresh from the kitchen. Brand new news. Oh, I hate to break it to you guys, but an image leaked out, or rather, an official image was shown from Justice League.
Oh god.
An official
What is
lineup
it?
of characters. All the Justice League members are standing there.
Oh,
All of them.
Superman's in it.
Like Green Lantern and Hawkgirl?
No, you're thinking way
Well, I
too
thought all
far.
of-
No, I'm talking about in this movie.
You're talking about Soup, Batman, Iron,
Yep.
Flash, Cyborg?
Yeah.
He's in that. That's an official image they put out for it. He's in there.
There you go.
Yep. I was like, huh. I wouldn't have shown that till after the movie had come out. I mean,
right before it.
everyone knew. Like,
Oh, yeah.
come on. Like,
You can't really do Justice League without Superman.
that's the thing. It's just like, no one honestly believed he. But it's just like you kind of revealed that early, didn't you? Like,
Yeah, because it shows the weird vibrations
yeah,
in the coffin. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think that movie would have. I think they shouldn't have shown that part at the end.
I think we have to go back.
We have to go back to Guardians before something bad happens. I almost broke my New Year's resolution.
Oof.
That would have been
I
bad.
saved you.
Thank you, Scoots.
But yes, Guardians 2 was pretty good.
What about you, Brian?
Well, I mean, to do a quick sum up, if for Guardians, if you even liked the first one, if you thought, yeah, like this is good, definitely go see the second one because it made it so much better.
Yeah, the things you
They
like.
got the best of all the characters.
Yeah. Basically, the things you liked in the first one, if you liked anything from the first one, are expanded and taken up a notch, taken up to 10, basically. Like,
So, would this be a movie that you would buy? I already know your answer.
I
You don't
own
buy
the original
movies.
Guardians, so
Oh wow, you actually do buy movies.
I told you, only ones I really like. As of now, my collection is super small. It's like one of the Batman Nolan North ones. The one with Joker in it. Heath Ledger's Joker. I have that one.
What the hell?
The Dark Knight.
So you
Yeah.
do have. So you. What?
I have like 10 movies.
You told me you only watched the one with Bane.
Yeah. I don't own that one, but that's my favorite. Because of Bane. But
But you have.
realistically, besides Bane aside, the second one is the best one in my opinion. The one with Joker. So I own that one.
Yeah.
I own.
I didn't like Bane.
I loved. I hated it at first, but just the stupidity of the voice and everything that did not match the size of that character. I love that Bane now. I can't think of Bane as anything but the Batman.
Well, you better hope they add that skin in Injustice 2.
Scoots, you've merely adopted the podcast, but I was born in it, molded by it.
No.
God.
I love that.
Don't make
version.
it canon.
It's canon in Lego Batman. Bane was in there, and he had that same voice. Hello.
Oh god. I think that was more just a bad joke, though.
Oh, I hope they make that canon forever. That's my favorite Batman villain.
Injustice 2.
Disappointed.
Oh.
Disappointed.
But yeah,
I expect.
would I own this movie? It's weird because I like this one more than the first one, but would I own it? I don't know. I rarely buy movies. Like the last one I bought was Zootopia, because I really like that one. I watched that one like 5 times, like 3 times in the theaters and 2 times on Blu-ray. So,
We all know how you are with your Disney.
yeah, no, not all Disney. I didn't care for Moana as much. But yeah, I probably would buy this. I give this movie definitely, like Brian said, if you enjoyed anything Guardians 1 and you're like, I could use more of that in my life, but amped up to 10, then do go see this movie in theaters or wait till Blu-ray. This movie's gonna do fine as far as tickets and everything.
Oh, yeah, they probably already made their money, if not more.
If not more, yeah. Based on
2 days.
and not only considering the Baby Groot freaking merchandise they're probably gonna sell.
Oh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they're
You go to Hot Topic this week, and that's all you're gonna see.
Yeah, you're right. Oh boy, they're making
They're
their
gonna
money.
eat that up like no one's business.
God dang, it is such a brilliant marketing thing too, dude. It's so brilliant. Girls love Baby Groot. They love it.
Oh, everyone.
I guess everyone. I guess even I love Baby Groot. Like he's cute. Like, but oh, wait. Speaking of which, at the end of the movie, emo Groot, teen Groot, angst Groot.
Oh.
Oh my God! I was like, no, I am Groot.
No, I honestly, I sat there and I was like, oh, really? Like, we're gonna go through this whole like. Ugh.
I think they're gonna skip to the adult form next time, but just the fact that it's just like, did you see the way his hair was styled too? The leaves on his head,
Yeah.
it was done in the same hairstyle. I was like, oh my God, This is the best.
Yeah. No, it was good.
That was good. That was a good gag. Shoot. Last thing I want to say, at least on the movie, I think the only negative I will knock on this movie is I do think, and this is just me, probably just me, maybe a lot of people feel the same way, I do feel some jokes do go on a little too long. There are some gags I felt that did go on a little too long, overstayed their welcome. But like I said, this movie keeps firing jokes at you so much to the point where it's like, you like, when normally in a, like, say, this is why I don't watch comedy movies, Scoots, but like a bad comedy movie, where you'll be like, these jokes aren't hitting, and it's like, okay, enough already, just go to the next joke. Like, this one is just like, okay, I get the joke. Oh, here's a new one that's fresh, that's better. It's just, they keep making jokes, so it's fine. But some do go on too long. That's my only real complaint. Other than that, it's not a masterpiece. It's no freaking, you know.
This movie also did a penis joke. I just remembered that too.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, what was the penis joke?
You want to tell it, Scoots?
I was gonna say I might remember when I hear it. What was it?
It was Drax, and he mentioned, what was it about ego?
Oh, right.
About his dick.
He's like, yes, I have a penis. Ah.
Yeah, it's quite good too.
Yeah, I like how Drax is like, he's like, oh, really? Like, and the story that came after, he's like, I don't want to hear this. He's like, why? My parents used to tell me about my birthing. It was beautiful. Like.
Oh, well, no, I think. Well, because like he asked the question, and Peter's like, he's like, hey, he's like, why would you ask that? And he's like, well, if he doesn't, he's like, he made love with your mom. He's a plant. He's like, that would smush her.
Yeah, it's just that is the number one like obvious comment everyone would have is just like, he's a planet.
Yeah.
How on earth did he impregnate Quill's mom? Like, they explained that. They made damn sure to explain that, and they even called it out. Like when the characters are questioning it, so you, the audience, can be like, okay, at least they mentioned that. That was good too.
They knew what we were all thinking.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. They subverted that. So good on them for that. Scoots, how about you? Me and Brian have said our thoughts. What about you? Any further thoughts or negatives or positives? Anything else you want to point out?
Overall, I thought it was a very good movie. Just because I like Guardians. And I think my only negative thing was the real tie-in to other things. But overall, it's pretty much been a positive experience.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Sylvester Stallone shows up in this.
He did. He sure did.
He sure did. I was expecting him during that one thing to say the law.
He's not Judge Dredd, man.
But he could be. They could tie the MCU to the whoever owns Judge Dredd, whichever comic branch that is.
He's a Ravager.
I know, but I was just like, could they get Judge Dredd in the MCU? That'd be so sick.
No.
I know.
No.
They don't need more characters. I don't think.
No.
We've got a pool of interesting.
They
characters.
do. Still wanted them to get the X-Men back for Infinity War, but whatever.
Still need Doctor Doom.
Oh my! We need a good version of him in the just on screen, just one time, just once.
Yeah, it wouldn't kill to have a good Fantastic Four.
Yep, that's probably never happening. Till Marvel gets the rights back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's better than the second one. For me, anyway. I think it's better than the second one. Recommended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I recommend it, too.
Yep. Go see it. What are you doing?
Yeah, stop listening.
Finish listening to this and then go see it.
No, it's over right now. Go to the theater.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out.
If you watched it already, good for you.
Yeah, enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed the spoiler cast. For those of you who are listening that didn't see the movie first, what the hell's wrong with you? What did you do that for? Now you have nothing to watch in the movie. We've said all the good parts, which is like
spoiled everything for you.
which is like
now it's ruined.
3/4 of the movie is now spoiled for you. Good job.
You now will not laugh at any of the jokes because we've already told them.
We've told them in a much worse fashion than they were presented in the movie.
Now you'll be sad because Dairy Queen got destroyed.
Oh. Hey, at least it wasn't Krispy Kreme.
I know we should mention that, like, after the movie, we went to Dairy Queen.
Did you really?
Guardians Blizzard.
We totally did. That was really fun.
Yep. And they had
Hey,
They had a Guardians themed Blizzard.
Oh,
They also had
wow.
Those quiz questions. The shitty quiz questions.
You know what?
Just-
That's amazing.
You should go to Dairy Queen.
There are none down here. Wait, no, wait, I lied. There
Really?
is. There's a few.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. We don't have, like, Steak and Shake and all that down here. Just the Midwest stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to the Spoilercast. Brian, thank you for coming on and being our first ever guest.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a
It
pleasure.
was fun.
This is great. We should do this more
Yeah.
often. More Spoilercast. We gotta bring you on for more Spoilercast. We need you to watch more movies with Scoots.
I mean,
He watches.
I
more
won't say no to
movies
movies.
than I- I was gonna say, he watches more movies than I do, so he's always up for
I'm
anything.
down to clown
Yeah.
with this. I'm down to clown. This could be like a whole nother podcast. Oh jeez, I don't want to put
movie
more.
talk?
Exact. I don't want to put more work on myself. I'll just keep this as an end bit for every podcast. Good God,
There you go.
I'm gonna end it now. Play me out.
All right.
Play me out, Bugle Bailey.
Chemical catalyst rattling, ever hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist. It's hard to resist, but I just might lose control. So shoot, and I never do miss. I gotta take risk if I wanna have it all. So let go of the poison, the venom. I'm sinning. The voices are spinning with the visions already. Got the pictures of my prophecy. Develop my philosophy. Woke up in the morning, told the world to get back off of me. Yeah, and still the nightmares creeping up at night. I'm a fragment in the mirror, seeing black and white. Like who is me and who is gonna take me over? My soul is my soul in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and now there's darkness in the chaos. Try to see the light, hope the positives will pay off. Ain't no time for stressing when the time is of this essence. Take these two fists and swing them back into your direction. Woo! Cause that's the way I got it. And don't the sound of doom always sound so melodic. Looking to the future, know the end is coming near. Even though I'm standing tall in the face of all this fear. Clear vision, serving life like a sentence. Gotta stay strong, that's the reason I'm so vicious. A barking dog, take it all, never fall. You ringing for the champ, then I'm the one who get the call. So let me tell you a little something about this life. You can commit to the game and you can commit to fight. Chemical catalyst rattling, ever hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist. It's hard to resist, but I just might lose control. So shoot, and I never do miss. I gotta take risk if I wanna have it all. So let go of the poison, the venom. I'm sinning. The voices are spinning with the visions already. Got the pictures of my prophecy. Develop my philosophy. Woke up in the morning, told the world to get back off of me. Yeah, and still the nightmares creeping up at night. I'm a fragment in the mirror, seeing black and white. Like who is me and who is gonna take me over? My soul is my soul in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and now there's darkness in the chaos. Try to see the light, hope the positives will pay off. Ain't no time for stressing when the time is of this essence. Take these two fists and swing them back into your direction. Woo! Cause that's the way I got it. And don't the sound of doom always sound so melodic. Looking to the future, know the end is coming near. Even though I'm standing tall in the face of all this fear. Clear vision, serving life like a sentence. Gotta stay strong, that's the reason I'm so vicious. A barking dog, take it all, never fall. You ringing for the champ, and I'm the one who gets